94.7. Ekosiisen On Asempa FM 94.7.
Presenting the award for the political program of the year, radio, going to Ekosiisen of Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM.
Political program of the year, radio, Ekosiisen. How did it end? And the host of the show, OB, steps up to pick the award.
Congratulations, Ekosiisen.
Are you ready? You are listening to the CNG radio program of the year, Ekosiisen on Asempa 94.7 FM. This is the CNG radio program of the year, Ekosiisen.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM 94.7.
The winner, radio program of the year 2018, I beg your pardon. Asempa FM's Ekosiisen. And there they come, ladies and gentlemen.
It's always a pleasure coming to Asempa where the truth is spoken.
Well, I know that Asempa has gained a lot of experience. Asempa is one of the, not the forerunners, but in terms of coverage and listenership, you stand tall. The new FM stations that are coming into the arena are not calling on you to exit, them to survive. Is that what is happening? No. They are learning from you. They are learning under your feet. They are also trying as much as possible to find space. And, there's enough in the world for everybody. There's enough in the world for everybody. And so I think that those who are coming up, we definitely will encourage the injection of new blood. But you cannot also totally do away with the experience.
On Asempa. And I have to say something about Asempa and Ekosiisen. And I have to say something about multimedia. You see, multimedia has developed a fantastic way of replacing. That is legendary in the history of Ghanaian broadcasting. So we're all worried about what's going to happen to Ekosiisen. Look at what OB has done with it. I listen to Ekosiisen all the time. I mean, I have to admit, sometimes I listen and I get some ideas for the program because they come before us. So yeah, so like tonight, we're going to use some of their content. So I have to have that. Obi, I've never told you this before, but I think you've done a fantastic job in replacing our friend who passed and holding the program and making it actually bigger.
Samuel Atachi, Honorable Minister in charge of Works and Housing, Member of Parliament for Ebuakwa South.
Time I have that. If I have any aje. Na any man that down never to accommodate so. When you say Ghana, that wakumaso. Sounds when a damakumaso. Yeah. Until you hear na a man in Peja.
Chairman Kojo Boatena, a poem to say, Obi.
I'm coming who say I know many you are a nice gentleman. I like that language, yes, we action man rough. Now who action man say I know many
Chief Bine, Aquabana, a poem to them. Fantastic. Now, Mete for one catcher, Bibia Bokoa. Oh, Yagubonadum, Bibia, now was Yaminadum, Kakankakra, ye Pimso, Kakankakra. Asempa, I will know what you now watch there. So, Ghana, I have been to wonder, Abra, one year, Rambo, Morocco, to be out of my aswat. Fantastic. Ghana Manda on us.
Say, mommy, about Papa or one to you may be that day. So, be so say, or any Papa, I don't know about so many promotions, say, or no, I think you all have this idea. I don't know about that high.
But it is here, Mr. You the whole way, or here for potty.
Or more, or another room next to the area, or more, beside the train and nothing.
But on any lawyer and the one, that's all on.
But I don't remember my cabbage, my friend.
Abani say,
the engineer are reflecting in GDP, and it is clear. The devil is in the detail.
It's in the detail.
We have detailed analysis. You can clearly see where the growth came from. And
its effect on employment.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, that's a pa area.
Na first day ni ana said then.
Me ba cho my first day ni.
Hey, so now pay me question sa. We go there. Me time I was for na evening
me that's pa. John Boedu ena yete nka no.
With a great respect, Obi Asempa moyebi. And you continue to do better. Especially by questions I would tell beside you. Hey, I think I'm yet to see Obi our contest too.
We wish you well. We wish you well. Thank you so much for.
Thank you too. Nyamisha, you are also doing very well. We are also very, very proud of you. Very intelligent journalist. But one-on-one with Obi, as I said, will prepare. So he knows how to pass all kinds of corners to get what he wants. And Kososo, we are proud of you.
The Honorable Samuel Okujeto Blakwa and Moten and Kano. We wish you well. We wish you well. Thank you so much for.
Thank you too. Nyamisha, you are also doing very well. We are also very, very proud of you. Very intelligent journalist. But one-on-one with Obi, as I said, will prepare. So he knows how to pass all kinds of corners to get what he wants. And Kososo, we are proud of you.
The Honorable Samuel Okujeto Blakwa and Moten and Kano. Na watwi makasa sa me ba sha se wada networks but network mu ya santo ya Asempa FM network mu asanten ni ekosise network mu ya bonra ekosise ena network ya ye kan wasem emu na yiri ekosise ena network mu ochenyene ekosise ena network mu gamanche ekosise ena network mu awula efi ho ekosise na network mu togbi ekosise timaka ha wie dia na watwi dia bembra ko na bo nanyum wose mewie magruzo Samuel Oku medasi obi
said your upbringing said your upbringing etie no ya na nipa dodo na our dream be say they are different from us in our society but yes anet me am elder brother back Asempa FM oh you rasta man na ohun father na
oja dreads and also a Rastafarian or a Rastafarian and
serious one na obi of Bible
as in terms of the religion or a Rastafarian
serious one
okay
na so de o Bible mu a ya give me say Sunday bia tia so dem no he in Bible no sa obetimi aka na wakotwe omo niema bi oh masa ya me fa ne currency father your friend father and me dey see me hu ye no but obi we should try to entertain obi a because ultimate nkaso obi timi nti enwo se emani su anwoma emra no kra nkyeresa nti me hu say ese rastafo okroma
no the tinu nti e wo say
na the tinu
obeje no school
na onye no
na oji no school wi a other students nyina twa omuti
na obetwa rasta se ne watwa adanti otifo e bone masa me I don't support those things o ni kroma ni pe botai ye gentle nyom na ye criminals dodo na omo bu o man no faso no we say rasta bi ama ni minister da rasta ben ya ni chief executive da but look at the gentle guys in the system catch ni pa me ba catch ni pa o ye lawyer we law school o mo rasta da wo di aban adwuma ma na didi obedidi wagunu no they are all in the system enti rasta for ayede Asempa FM oh me dem hu ya na me tan kra mo ya ma rasta for aye popular enim so mo ya popular there mo man kwada anu nkosua there no at the end of the day e bi o mo nso poko no the guy is even going to
what's am okay when hu ba ko ya school ne dey say
the okes no
okay for picture na to na
ma hu picture no ni trimi
no
na wo nyo de na wo tisu
ni trimi no wo hu sa trimi we
obi she
rasta no betima ma na ye kama nkola ya ekọ mo town yi second guy ni say ni de no wa cheche ne kama very neat akwa wo kesi wo hu ni tire ho
covid by no wa boss sweat enku rasta enku no
Asempa FM 94.7 all talk all day
Rasen krabi papa waka cho se nyame na nakasa
mene nakasa
e no ka cho se nyame na nakasa
ne ko poni nakasa papa se akran mo fa bibi kan tiri ta
sa
yes te say no Obeso o chese because akwa ni tiri nwi ni nti no akwa ni ko school na. Ah? Hwe esa akwa no. Omo ma ne kwama ne kunu school. Akwa wode rasta agu ni tiri so. Akonya exams enya 6. Obi etwesa kola. Onya 48
on Asempa FM.
Obi ayiniti kama onya 52. Na obi akọ school what the rasta agu ni tiri so onya 6 because of rasta ni tiri man in school. Sa semu ebe dia tum ebe hwa minia obi me kura no asemu ya ba no amama dwene kwanema bebrebe hu say sa school bi di say achimota sa big so called big schools no it's time say trase na ya access wo because one akola bi obenya admission akọ all these schools at this adult emphasis pem achimota so wanya
Nkofo bebre believe say se ufie a onye interchange enti nkofo bebre believe me so mejetum engineers bebre so jetum say it was misplaced priority interchange you know ekofa infrastructure kukurantumi say ekosi ho na efi na mase obi a just ata na ba yusu ni sika yesa o fa loan kura na yesi ya free loan ma granta sana ye ade na wonye efina duma ni wie ansana ne be ma man ho ate no wa project nti kofo bebre believe say si ye be se ya ade pa ade anke ye koye obi kan underground drainage and monya wom e wo ba bie no a yakọ pesika pupu duo na koye interchange no
ye underground drainage wa cycle ho
sa ama se efia etumi back to the point of ekwenko ko wu ayeka June
June 3rd
asema to ye no ade ne yenko pesika puduo enko siesie circle ye wie na circle enko ye death trap na koye enmonyam trabia no yakwa ko page say interchange yesuso ekosiise or the interchange in your politics at the expense of what really matters to a country that is challenged financially.
In the until say you be the working, they be a hobby flooders.
Oh, yeah, yeah, Kuran was say, well, Kuran, why interchange if you fast yeda. I did Ghana, and the president Mahama calculation. Go be antias yet. Oh, so won't Kasan Adia be do nyapa, near do nyapano. See answer. You see, only veranda also koto adu. And the Yakoya Suana ye breno. Obi adie hiano pano. Ushu ba kwa. Ofen ko bosoka. Ushu we wi ase nyina no. Enti enema bi ho aye se ye enema bi na se political. Ba ukomu pa de ohia ne de. Ne si kasam no ototo de kakrakra. Ada na wonwie ni Madrid a feeding into odo. Now so do akoye friends cycle interchange. Cycle interchange na akoye is it for political dividend and
but it was to ease traffic and I solve our problem.
Na traffic ni efindi ope. Wo hwe ade kukurantumi yesisuru na nase no efia say cho. Na traffic for no money beje. To unclear finance and be easy traffic no. Because no be bia efindi de best the wow. Edum pempe du kwa nkofo bebre ho on fast cycle because friends saying cycle interchange. Cycle interchange na akoye is it for political dividend and
but it was to ease traffic and I solve our problem.
Na traffic ni efindi ope. Wo hwe ade kukurantumi yesisuru na nase no efia say cho. Na traffic for no money beje. To unclear finance and be easy traffic no. Because no be bia efindi de best the wow. Edum pempe du kwa nkofo bebre ho on fast cycle because on so say bia the car no kra na bia na kotonsu. No ye ne de
Ekosiise on Asempa FM 94.7. Ekosiise on Asempa FM 94.7.
The CIMG Radio Program of the Year, Ekosiise. Are you ready? You are listening to the CIMG Radio Program of the Year, Ekosiise on Asempa 94.7 FM. You are listening to the CIMG Radio Program of the Year, Ekosiise on Asempa 94.7 FM. Are you ready? You are listening CNG radio program of the year, Ekosiise on Asempa 94.7 FM.
Asempa FM.
Eighteen minutes after 2, Asempa FM Sony, a Thursday afternoon, the 24th day of June 2021. If you are joining us for the first time, thank you for making this choice. This is Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. Ekosiise live on Asempa FM. Yadamunyana se mabeka yen ho ene ewie ne yawada. Kama yebeka se juada. Ene yawada. Thursday inti mo efrem yaw ena yaw ene ya. Unfortunately on yen team ni yeni yaw bia wom. Dominic Dominic right Kwabena Dominic ye Kwabena Chumi ye Kweku Jackson oye Kofi Friday ye yo ye den Kweku oh ye yo nso ye Kweku okay and I mean so me ye Kweku and a Queen Star ye den Akosia should be Saturday right yeah. Sunday na Saturday ye den She Wayama. Okay. It is Saturday Amma and Akosia Sunday. And yes, that's the team. Timoa ya womo ene yawada no yaw ene yafo no. Eda mo nyina ase san chia me mama wodapa. Ye mama wodapa. Awodapa papa. Ma yenna ya affiliate radio stations ni nyina nso ase some of Ekosiise live debia enti ABC radio watamale Kan FM wo Salaga Storm FM wo Sunyane Ewiase FM na Royal FM wo Wenchi and that's what FM wo Jape Chrome Sanso na Agro FM wo Brekum PZ radio wo Boase Sanso na Oko Akomadan Cruise FM, Offenso Time FM, Asante Achema Gogo, Adansie FM, Oko Kofuridua Afima Radio, Sanso Ena Jokwa Bankam FM, Oko Takrade Aseda 105.9 FM, Bibianin so Ochiame FM, Ewoho, Omunyana Fire Live. Amanone the stations no endorse. Bebre. Over 123 radio stations in the UK, in the US, in Australia, in China, in Germany, in Holland, Oko, Denmark, Norway. Stations are hodo NFI in Jumedi Live. Ekosiisen so please tell a friend to tell another friend to tune in to 94.7. Ma yenna boafo na se agbeve Herbal Hospital, Momo Milk, Yara Ghana, Las Palmas Food Center. Omone boayemi the sounds of our time, Ebrel. Sounds na EcoBank Ghana. Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rockstars Roofing Systems, Aquataps Purification Tablet, almost boy the Mehia Sam segment, no Ebrel. A Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil, and Napa Food, Hepa Plus Mixture, Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Also, we stand with you, and a Mudlu battery, quality forever. Monso boy, the interviews are on this show, so Ebrel. Your discussion segment, no Franco Trading Enterprise, Castrol, TCL, Dependable Herbal, and a Global Lighting Center Limited in Kania Pafie, almost boy the discussion segment, no Ebremo. We are on Facebook, said ye munimno, uko Facebook, you just have to search for Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook, and then you get to watch us live on that platform and post your comment as well. Mumu Bebrina and one comment. Abba Patrice Lumumba upon watching us on Facebook says, watching you live from Bronx in New York. Wow, New York. We say I'm listening to you live from Spain. Ernest Akwe Yaya sharing from Spain. Let me see the other ones we have here. This one says I'm watching you live from Brooklyn, New York City. This is my first time watching. Another Danko Akufo-Addo is doing a great job, but most of his ministers and MCEs and other cabinet members are not helping him. Victor Boache and Onodiwe Abba from Brooklyn, New York. Hamdatu Haruna Ibrahim says, I'm watching you live from Banjul in Gambia. Wow. David Techimenson says, good afternoon to you, Obi. Thank you. And also, I'm watching you live from Jubilee House. Keep it up. Thank you, my brother. Let me see the other ones. We have Ken Brobe. Thank you. Kwesi Prempe Bunsu, a.k.a. Asiko Darling, from Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you. Mamenshe Labista, David Jani. And so say, Obi, good afternoon. Please, which is your affiliate radio station in Techiman? No, say, oh, Techiman, you can listen to us on Storm FM. But I think Storm FM, it drew Techiman. And just search for Storm FM. Storm FM was Sunyani, but it drew Techiman to how bit metier. It was Storm FM. And yes, multi-TV decoder, nibi insua. Radio channel, no, just search for Asempa FM on multi-TV decoder, no, ubit metier. Or Yao Seth, Austin, Texas, on also air sharing. Let me see. Ishahaku Big Benny says, I'm listening to you live from Takrady. Ishahaku, thank you. The Takrady Technical University, Ishahaku Big Benny. Good afternoon to you. Ken Brobe, sharing. Abe Kukwansa, and so sharing. Wilberforce Kwejo Abuaje, Frankfurt, Germany. On also share. Glover Marfo, say, keep being great, the most authoritative. Glover Marfo, thank you. Okatechi George Ni Okaite sharing live from Chicago. David Techmes, okay, I've read yours. Fred Oseibunsu, and so sharing. Emmanuel Yao, Kofi Adabo, East Legon here in Accra. Ebenezer Dia, Washington DC. Frank Gaddafi, and so sharing from Germany. That's Dortmund to be precise. Nana Kubu, sharing Elubo. Oh wow. And I'll say we are live on Half Asni Radio on 100.3 FM. Desmond Anthony, morning show producer. Okay, thank you. David Abayate Dugbate. Bolgatanga. Solomon Edusei, and so Nipano Edos, Marianne Owusu-Ansa, Newfoundland in Canada, on also thank you so much, and greetings to our listeners and our viewers in Canada. Awuku Clarence, Bronx in New York, on also Yao Arthur, Sierra Leone. Watching you live from Mönchengladbach in Germany. Stephen Willie Amankona and so Shay Nipano Edoso. And we thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. Justice Narrow El Shadwell, East London. Let me see the other ones. Ibrahim Daboni Ewa Accra. Also Shay. Oh, Kani Dawa, University of Education, Winneba South Campus. Also Shane Timothy Apia, Emmanuel Ado Boateng, Munyina Mo Shane on Facebook Live. Thank you, and thank you once again for watching us. Evangelist Brad Della, or Free Zone Enclave in Tema. Abuaje Mark, Stephen Ochre, was Swindon in the United Kingdom. Nipano Edo. So by the we appreciate you so much for making time to watch us live on Facebook. Samuel Brian Boaben also sharing Ewo Awushi. And you say Friday bonds are the best. You think so? Wednesday bonds, Haji baby. I'm told the president himself is a Wednesday born. And he should tell you, sir, Wednesday bonds rule. Enti kwekuni ekuafo ni yenye easy. Okonze maye from Ekuba. Come through with your messages 0548 955 947 0548 955 947. We're also live on YouTube. Inuko YouTube and so ubetimi ashayen ewo YouTube. And we have two big interviews coming your way. The first one is with the Minister of Justice and Attorney General Godfred Yeboah Dame, and minim se mwate in the news, sir. There's been a ruling in the United Kingdom, a tribunal, arbitration panel, or motna, a case brought before it against Ghana, the state of Ghana. One company and anyone emergency power agreement. You know, now that agreement was cancelled by the then Minister of Energy, Boachi Ejakon. Company no eboanye so into your arbitration in the UK. And panel on it now in January this year, Ebu Etia Ghana. Say yentuya sikebi. Now eno na generate a huge discussion here in Ghana. We thought say eneno, we have to make sure say whatever you need to know about the agreement and why a koko PMO arbitration and ruling a buyer and a moment I was anke ye 2 ayen to me and to nan your money and I want to bring you a comprehensive breakdown of the SCBR meaning say what in seminal bebre and you would get to understand and appreciate the issues proper. Intiane, the Attorney General of the Republic Ebedin Komo. You are Oko Parliamentar, the ranking member on the Mines and Energy Committee in Parliament, and also your MP for the people of Yape Kosogo, Nidiri John Jenapo. He would also join us. Now, from a Munswamu perspective, because mind you, say, at the time, Ghana air signed contract, you're not only deputy power minister. And he also got a lot of information. I didn't bet na say na yetumi edi enkomo. That's the package I want and it's 2 interviews I don't want you to miss. And if Frewunia no so friend say on Fafidien into 94.7 Asempa FM. Na muntie said in your mabesi ako. But obi say Kweku Bunsam is also a Wednesday born. Kweku Bunsam. Wednesday born. Minim say Kweku Bunsam na keke no fatu ne ho so anaso a Wednesday born pa. That one I don't have that information. But we say good afternoon. Be happy birthday to Seth Isiama Asante of GPHA Tema. Nana Ekriamwa Boaten wa Blekoma Central and all the way Aba. Honorable Obi, good afternoon. Since the beginning of the European Championships, you've stopped updating us on the fight against Galamsey. What is going on now? Or say these Europeans don't give a toss when we are playing our African Cup of Nations. There's no FM station here in Europe. that will give us airtime for commentary on African Cup of Nations. We should be very careful and smart. Mr. President is in Denmark, and I know the way I'm praying. Good afternoon, Obi. Good to have you on this week. Let's all have a productive week. Prince Odenoho Opon, thank you. This one says, if there is one place where I keep all the things that mean a lot to me, right from my secrets to my crushes, strengths and weaknesses. It is in the heart of my sister. As for my sister, she lives in my heart. Many happy returns of the day to my darling sister Vera Danso. This is from your brother Oheneba Kwame Danso Jr. and the Danso family. They say they love you. And a big happy birthday to you. And this is from Oheneba Kwame Danso Jr. to Precious Donko. Precious Donko, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. To you. Enti bomodin na fe onso o adwenkyere bi wo message bi obetime de abrain na ya hwe akan amount. Some 31 minutes after 2. Enti sanemde kan e de to manim no enra ye say ye ne Attorney General and Minister of Justice bedin komo enti Dominic Isiebo a enye de obetumi bia na yenya no ene ni komo we kusi sen dwumedie yi eso. Nyamiadum, he agreed to speak with us on this authoritative show. It wasn't easy, but we were successful in getting him. And yebeko na yaneno edin komo yewia. Then we speak to the Honorable John Jenapo. And yentie yane the Honorable Minister for Justice and Attorney General in Komoa yaneno edi.
Well, that's a wajibre or Bedrim on Adum TV and Afi Asempa on Ekosiise. What it tells you is that media man hene kwabna santi and I mean Philip Osebonsu Obi Yatinasi. Yebedi nkoma ya ho hia empendo donano obetina se mia beto abontin one twan ben panyimfo andi nchiremu ya there a lot of issues but dia beto na se kwa asem kese pa no the Brunibika say emergency power supply home come akwensem bebre ebinim say enyinama hoden ye consensus contract ampa Ghana hia say enyinama hoden e say obaba for so debi ebinim say debi contract ni mu na nkasa de dwumako GPGC na nkasa no omuso no omofa akwan bi so ebu Ghana nimtia ehunu say tokuro da ehye nim tim no omofa enumum ebinim so kwesu say aban so ayenhwe han amane sika so pa ebetimi aboa ayenioma bebre no ene aban kotua ama eyese adwumako no wonti ase ne se management ase ne se onyame adom Ghana's Attorney General Godfrey Dameyeboa enyana ene ne betwetwe eyesa enkom no mendasi for ebra onyamai
that's pa wanye
medical first question me busa answer na minya ya osebo nso abem ne say I think around 3rd of June 2015 right. And as a emergency power purchase agreement unkomo buy na Ghana esan say ne what be bi mutino you just say nhihye ne be boy India ne GPGC and akoye say nhihye no now the ATF film is different it's impa e ko mu and the ATF na akoye different e dey importe pa na e ko mu
right it's so kind of emergency power purchase agreement no around 3rd June 2015 na in this buy no omosane na omosane was supposed to deliver power within a certain time frame for a time frame as deliver power no by the time I ultimate agreement no na conditions precedent as they say no may say omoye as agreement no I effective no na omoye na interestingly 2016 September 2016 na MPP NDC abana so who say signing what do we call PPA is a power purchase agreement. Must sign PE as a bruise. Now, once must sign there, it hold financial implications for the state. So, because the financial implications being held on account of the execution of these PPAs, there was a need to evaluate. As a share, now PPAs almost share and say, PPAs require a who here say almost any, the who here no, or made me a cancel, and so much and I say, maybe a who here no, but time no answering because if I'm community say I remember power supply now too much no maybe on bit me defer or postpone. This committee norm set up in 2016 September. We took office in January 2017. Government they said to us, civil servant, public servant to be one more. To continue or more. Normally reporting by April 2017. Now, our committee has making the determination say most of the PPAs were necessary because they would result in what they termed excessive capacity development or excessive power supply to the state, in the sense that the state's capacity was determined, was limited. Even if what they can cry a toso, because we be a industrialization, 1D1F power, a being a power seed, Manoma, what in your boomer, the PPA on my son, a bro so cry, they say a terminated P. No, so much here, the termination said they should terminate about 11 or so. And then a few others should be deferred because we shall terms here quite favorable in Tibia. It defer best 6 years time. Because even if the terms are favorable, but at this time, we don't need the power. And now, interesting, we can say, okay, so you defer PPAs now. A very resulting in losses to the state amounting to $586 million every year. And that is from 2018. And cumulatively, that is totally from 2018 to 2030. A very resulting in cumulative losses of $17.6 billion, if I'm over $17 billion. Then Papa said maybe I say you try even if you're a bank care loss that. So the committee and realize this yes, termination there to come with financial implications. Because then this is a balance and agreement with them for now a sign agreement with them. So here agreement now. But I mean to terminate here. Say what you power, say one GO, so to be. And that's really my problem. Later on I'm sure say be an common at Beko. So that recommendation was made to the government, say we cancel some of the PPA agreements, including GBGC. The GBGC agreement, no one can specifically say that agreement ought to be terminated. And so the Attorney General at that time, Madam Gregofu, also relying on the report of the PPA committee. I say PPA committee because I was supposed to review PPAs. Also reviewed the agreement and made certain determinations that, well, in addition to the lack of excess capacity, in addition to the fact that the agreement would occasion excess capacity, the conditions precedent and some other conditions.
Okay, but Mr. Obi, my main thing will be I said, sir, committee na is setting up now. This administration or the previous administration?
The previous administration. And
reason being? Because
Omansan who say there was an existence too many PPA agreements. PPA agreements, a very resulting in what we call excess power. Say electricity in here, power in here, Ghana. In here, so they are a very waste. And it will not just be waste, but of course it will also result in financial loss that the state was going to lose. I think it's quite, if I may actually quote, just for purposes. So the first issue, and this was away from is a committee it's quite clear here. The committee was inaugurated on 29th September 2016 by the Chief Director of the Ministry of Power. That's at page 12. Then you go to even the same page, page 12. It says the action has become necessary as the setting up of the committee. Has become necessary in view of efforts being made by government to ensure that adequate and affordable power is made available to the citizenry. This is in consideration of the need to procure adequate power as and when required and avoid excessive capacity development, which leads to increased capacity charge payment.
Wow.
Into Mansa, finally, I would say, really, if they don't evaluate the PPAs now, a bit hard, and that it is informed by the need to procure adequate power and to avoid excessive capacity development, which would lead to increased capacity payment. So that's really the rationale for setting up the committee. Now, on the question as to what would happen if the agreements were allowed to proceed. The committee also made the determination here. In the business as usual scenario, where all executed PPAs are made to proceed without modification, excess capacity rises from a minimum of 524 megawatts in 2018 to a maximum of 2,886.85 megawatts in 2021, when all the committed and candidate projects would have reached their commercial operation date. Over the period from 2018 to 2030, the annual excess capacity average 1,400. That's excess capacity.
Yeah.
So the annual excess capacity averages 1,463 megawatts, whereas what the country needed was 524. So the country needed 524 megawatts, estimated high. Meanwhile, excess capacity alone was 1,463. That's about
PPAs and
SINA. That's about 300% more. So the country needed 524 megawatts. And that's the excess. Alone is 1,463. There was a need for you to continue with the business as usual. And the annual cost of this excess capacity averages about USD $586 million. The annual cost
every
year from this excess capacity average, not the one that we be using.
Yeah. Excess capacity.
Yes, capacity averages about $586 million. This was the result or the finding or report of the committee set up by the ESWA Ministry of Power. Ministry of Power.
And then, for the purpose of Incomo, yes. The Ahinkra Committee, because
Dr. Ahinkra
Energy Commission.
Okay.
And you are not done
Yes.
I think there is really no debate about Honorable the rationale for why this committee was set up, because I'll share the findings of the committee now. In the executive summary, the committee established that even though capacity additions will be required in the years to come, the scheduled capacity addition from the executed PPAs is in excess of the required economic and sustainable capacity additions, which even include the 20% reserve margin. You know, the 20% reserve margin, still but I think Saudi no etunchaya yadika establishes the debate bia anyhow. The said your former boss advised the energy ministry say based on our report we or more and cancel contract but say OSHA report and so recommendations on a GPGCD the report can say government may consider terminating the PPA of GPGC with an installed capacity of 107 megawatt at an estimated cost of 18 million USD, or else pay excess capacity charge of 24.90 million USD per annum over the contract period of 4 years. By the time our report we are ready, our committee recommended say we may terminate, na yenim say the company in question na start a dwuma bi aye dwuma bi kakra, for which reason na yentimi nka say yes sorry terminate contract no sa keke.
But we check it. Is it May?
Yeah, can May.
You read that
but
May.
Yes, but government May because the committee was recommending something to government of Ghana.
Their recommendation
was up to government of Ghana to take or not to take. I mean, essentially, but it also did not derogate from the point that the committee had made all these findings that you could not ignore.
Yes.
If you are a responsible government, you are supposed to take decisions based on informed situations. And the information that we had received was that these PPA agreements were unneeded, apart from not being needed. They're going to result in losses of about $586 million to the state. I mean, country, even 5 George Walker Bush Highway at that time, the media account was 544, which was 543, which was celebrated. And so if every year we're going to throw away $586 million, really that is something that any government cannot ignore. So on account of that, the government decided to terminate, and that was of course preceded by the opinion of the then Attenjura. But I'm saying that, yes, back to your question whether we have not established that work had been done and all. There was determination by the energy experts at that time that really not much had been done. And I think that if you read the arbitral award made it quite clear, say, our witnesses testified to the fact that work had not been done. Of course, the arbitrators held a contract review and determined that, yes, we're supposed to pay this amount of money. And I'm saying that, I say to me, beside I say, Adena agreement, almost supply power at all. Adena agreement, what was termed conditions precedent, say normal engineer. I don't know. Good. Udigu Akwamansa agreement no agreement properly. I didn't say it mutual 100 something million to a company who had not done or which had not satisfied all those conditions precedent. And that is because of the kind of agreement entered into by the NDC. So apart from the decision to enter into the agreement itself, we must also probe the very terms of the agreement that were entered into. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. So first and foremost, two factors expose the government of Ghana to the payment of this amount of money. First was the decision to enter into the agreement when was the conditions really did not render the entry into the agreement necessary at all. What for argument to emergency power agreement? Emergency say unya power for use. Meanwhile, by 2017, now conditions present no, you are satisfied. Agreement which I say satisfy conditions present. Yes, very short time, about 30 days or so.
30 days.
Yeah, 30 days. Signature of the agreement. So you're supposed to satisfy it. By 2017, by the time you registered, you signed it on 3rd June 2015. You registered from power.
7th January.
Yes, January 2017. By that time, there was no condition. I mean, there had not been the achievement of an effectiveness of the agreement. So even by that time, they should even have perhaps terminated the agreement, because first and foremost, all the conditions present, the timelines had been, had not been honored, and also that by that time there was no emergency situation. Some would do something before.
Yeah.
And even on account of the PPA committee report, by September 2016, there was excess power. So it means the emergency situation regarding the agreement itself was not existent. Wow. That is one. And I'm saying that why would a person then saddle the nation with such unjustified financial expense, financial loss?
So argue with so we share some of the condition precedent and there was a meeting na it be a bind and there was a provided. And for example, Bakone license and there was munya from the Energy Commission. I remember mo crime mo trade in power near the no. So license na say a delay monsa anka permit near the no mo pay to enter site and begin construction and no na kwa bibia ewo enti. The company also feeling say, okay, by 2017 I'm satisfied, but it was not my doing. It is a Obe cancel contract based on say, and idea was a mayor, then no knows woman a problem.
Fair argument to make if I were a lawyer for the company. Yeah. But I'm saying that the government, which was responsible for ensuring the satisfaction of that agreement, reneged on its obligations. It failed to meet every important timeline. Even the time for submitting the agreement to Parliament, they even defaulted by many months. So really, they themselves, right from the outset, set out not to even carry out the terms of the agreement.
Deliberate?
I don't know whether it's deliberate or not. That's why there must be an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the entry into the agreement and the default on all the terms of the contract. I mean, I think that it's a matter that in the interest of the nation we have to probe. Now, when you know that the country did not need such an agreement, you enter into it and then later you just find that you want to export it to neighboring countries. But that even is defeated by how the agreement was described. It's an emergency power purchase agreement. You entered into an emergency power purchase agreement for the purpose of subsequently exporting to another country?
No.
And then also, per the determination of the technical people at Ministry of Energy, the conditions for an exportation of electricity, they don't even exist. By the time the agreement was signed, if you look at the PPA committee report, I think it is made out there, stated clearly that really the whole issue of exporting electricity and whatever, really did not arise at all. And I think that was a hoax. Because to date, I don't think that there is an establishment of conditions necessary for exportation of power to electricity to neighboring countries. So really, to date, this agreement would have been unnecessary.
Okay.
Then so the terms of the agreement that I said were also very, very bad in simple terms. If you look at the agreement itself, you see that clause 1 defines what effective date is.
I know a very critical point. The time and there was a contract, yeah.
So clause 1 say court no. Clause 1 say agreement no be effective after fulfillment of conditions precedent. It says effective date is a date on which all conditions precedent have been fulfilled or waived.
Okay.
And will be 30 days from signature date.
Okay, no just say Ghana by time fulfill or no change.
Say I say effect I say agreement no say be join now so e be adwuma no. It must be after conditions precedent.
So e be di mu a say say we nyina no I say time e we.
I say
within 30 days.
30 days from signature date.
From time you sign.
Except that by mutual agreement in writing, the parties may extend the period. There was no such extension in writing, and was actually part of the agreement that we used to defend the matter. That indeed the parties themselves, by their conduct, had decided to even render the agreement ineffective.
What can you aside your case?
Sebia in conformance and pono na omom signing agreement no NDC for government in the GPT's campaign no. Oshemumpa they really no agreement when you senka ebamukra. Yes, 30 days from Omanye. No, most agreement just say some extended time no in writing. They never did that. So it was part of the agreement that we raised. But they were shut down. And why they were shut down it's clear from the terms of the agreement. They were shut down because we call clause 2 the same agreement. Into the still went to impact even if appointing a holding part say so here. Because
and no your administration e kasa say the other can be understood.
Yes, to my mounted defense for court no. And there was a full defense. Among for say case no, there was a default judgment. Default judgment say be what filing rate against me. 7 days I said my entire appearance. Now my entire appearance. You have the right to go to court and take judgment against me. So me file defense so I mean entire appearance, I file appearance. That's and so I have 14 days I say be file defense. And so my that one man file defense. You have the right to go to court and take judgment against me. In this case, it was never like that at all.
And this
agreement case no, almost filing no. We contested the matter vigorously. We filed our statement of case in the opposition, filed many documents in the opposition. Then there was a full trial. Say you take case in your court, on witnesses, by kind, and say we yes cross Zami yes fire witnesses. Dr. Henkrampu also testified one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a trial for us, and we proceedings are journey for 4 months, and so my judgment January 2021.
Within 2020 COVID period, no, not trial, no air cost. Means I'm online.
Online, yes, we're online. Kogu from Olympic, from hotel a Monte, for the representatives for me. I mean, probably about here. But now me argue and officer of president so sending man for by reps. Yes, Koisuman to come and observe and all that. Many other people. So really, I'm for make us for judgment. No. At all, okay. But of course, so mutual agreement to say a broadcast unnecessarily. Now, even though my defining say effective date near after conditions precedent so had satisfied me. Clause 2, defining the term of the agreement starting from the signature date. That's fine. Then clause 2B, which says, term no a guaranteed period. And in the event that you terminate the agreement, see we also an agreement and then next week we terminate here. So we all the sums that a person will be entitled to under clause 25.
But what from this?
Precisely. As you say we are back on your agreement and into clause 2 is subject to provisions of clause 25 of this agreement. And you can subject to this agreement shall have a term commencing on the signature date. And then clause 2B, the term shall be a guaranteed period. And in the event, so the term which starts from the signature date, a guaranteed period. And in the event that this PPA is terminated in accordance with provisions thereof, prior to its scheduled expiration date as a result of a default of any of the parties not responsible for the default may proceed in accordance with clause 25 of this agreement.
Wow. What it means is that say a buyer per se even or exercising the powers under clause 1. Say more meeting condition president did me more.
Yes, indeed. The proceedings I hope said were even recorded, which are between almost private. Yet I can produce to you the notes that I made for the argument. And I said that the implication of this agreement is if a signing agreement is there, now say the Parliament before it becomes effective. For parliamentary approval, it's a condition precedent for any agreement in Ghana. The Ghana laws, yes, say if the agreement is a foreign company, even if you join the agreement, but it's so parliamentary, you must still go Article 181 clause 5. The implication is that even if the agreement has not gone to Parliament, for Parliament to approve, now what's an agreement with the now say terminate here. The other party who has not had this agreement obtaining parliamentary approval can still claim all the sums that have been given to the company based on this clause 2A and B.
But
so that argument, court shooting it down, and they even if you look at page 143 of the award, this is so. I'm sure that my interpretation is wrong because the agreement that we signed, says under clause 3, which also repeats the same things in clause 2. We're supposed to
pay. Honorable, I say mono in my defense, mo hate clause 1. I say so my meeting condition precedent be a mutimi HM.
The agreement is
no more raising
clause
2A and 2B and as well as clause 3. Any 25.
But this is what we have signed as on my yes. But Obi Fachemi, are we sure we are reading the right document?
100%. Correct. 100%. This is it. Government of Ghana represented by the Minister of Power.
At the time,
yes, there was no Minister of Power in our time. There has never been a Minister of Power in our time. No more Minister of Power. And GP is limited. Emergency purchase agreement. Now look here. Says the emergency purchase agreement. This agreement is entered into as of this 3rd day of June 2015 by and between the government of Ghana, represented by the Minister for Power or its authorized representative, having its principal office, so, and GPC Limited, a private limited company incorporated in Ghana, so. Okay. Of course, the company was owned by foreigners and all that. Then the signature page for the agreement also indicates quite clearly those who signed it. So, I mean, there's no doubt. So, in witness whereof the parties have executed and delivered this EPA as a day and a year first above written. For on behalf of the government of Ghana, Dr. Komna Donko, title Minister for Power. So, on behalf of GPDC.
Okay. Dr. Komna Donko. But Honorable, my question then, following from revelation, I would say, because Yenim says, Oko into international agreements, anyway, you come, not for reasons being Opesa will terminate here. The other party or no will be at the receiving end of the termination. No, our right to be on those bit my exercise. It been a call to the tribunal in the UK. When we advised the Ministry of Energy and go ahead and terminate the contract, no, were we aware of these other clauses? Say you could terminate. Now say could do court. Near is okay. We terminated based on the fact that condition prisoner also move to me and me and terminate here. Did we know of the clause 2 and 3 and the provisions thereof?
Yes, I mean, it was there quite clearly.
So why then did we recommend saying
Because of the same reasons, if we deliver it, it was going to result in excess capacity. Then the committee also made the finding that agreements in terms of the tariffs, that's charges too high. Indemnity. We share PP committee report now. In some cases, indemnity about 80 million.
Yes.
I think I think it's a part of the, was wrong. It was wrong. Maybe I know many lawyers in here, but it did not take into account the relevant provisions of the agreement.
Of the agreement,
yes. And that's what the tribunal actually stated. In fact, when Dr. Hinkra was in the box and when another gentleman from Ministry of Energy was also in the box, all these things were put to them. So we had experts from Ministry of Energy enter other
as witness for the state.
Yes, they are dancing. There's also experts be also making calculations. So no, what they were entitled to is not 134 million, but about 68 million in all total. But the committee, the tribunal preferred the testimony of what GPGs for the fire. So that's it.
And you know more than 134 million.
134.
Okay. Honorable Inti, the ruling was delivered in January 2021. After the ruling, now you need any other options to either appeal, to either exercise any other right,
There be not at all. And I think it's a question here because first of all, the shoot timer, judgment. Judgment on 26 January 2021. 2021. I'm out for play mystery. Say, because that time I was not even a danger. There was actually no danger in office. The time the judgment was delivered. So that also might have accounted for all the difficulties and challenges. And there was no danger because by law, whenever a danger, anywhere, whenever there's a vacuum in the office of a danger and deputy attorney, it is the Solicitor General which
and the acting.
Because really, until here, Tama appointed president's representatives around the country. Office of Attorney, there was no president's representative.
Not president representative being there.
Yes, because in Bra, you didn't president or didn't Bra, and Bra no Legal Service Act. Just say Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, Solicitor General, no act.
Solicitor General, they also act.
So, and it also, it is not as if say, your arbitral order and as arbitration judgment, it would be a right of appeal. Would be any right of appeal at all. And the agreement is if we express it. Any agreement to pay arbitration award they final. In fact, Ghana, we have an Alternative Dispute Resolution Act, and in it, if you look at it, it will indicate clearly say every local arbitration pono, your award a final.
A final.
Which my appeal to the High Court on very limited grounds.
Yes.
If I say a panel no, they have no jurisdiction, and I be one more hearing, and I say, friends, there was corruption in the process. So we need any of these factors. You cannot really appeal. Now, let me show the provision. I think it said clause 28.
And where clause 28 of the
agreement that we signed.
The government of Ghana, any
GPGC.
Okay.
Clause 28, which I say, clause 28, paragraph F is on dispute resolution.
Okay.
Now, of course, here, Roman numeral 16.
Okay.
Roman numeral 16 says the matter shall be heard and decided and awards rendered by a panel of 3 arbitrators. GPC and the GOG shall select one, so and so. And then the venue for the situation. Okay. So, Roman numeral 7 also. In arriving at the decision, the arbitrators shall consider the pertinent facts and circumstances and be guided by the terms and conditions of this agreement. They shall be guided by the terms and conditions of this agreement. And if a solution is not found in the terms of this agreement, the arbitrators shall apply the governing law of this agreement, which was Ghana law.
Yes.
But if the solution is the agreement, that's what they apply. Until the some 80 million makande, an agreement, they should pay more than 100 million.
Yeah.
Now, the decision of the arbitrators shall be final and binding upon both parties, and neither party shall seek recourse to a law court or other authorities to appeal for revisions of such decision.
Neither party can seek redress at any law court following the decision of the arbitration panel. No? But in Ghana government, it was but English Arbitration Act, English Arbitration Act of 1996 shows that a party may have a window of an appeal in there by alluding to certain factors of illegality and that kind of thing. Maybe a violation of the procedure. Now, in February 2021, again, I was not that dangerous. And as I said, I mean, need any public office at all. Yeah. Because, so I was just at home. But I'm for from Diago, so I'm unemployed. Because really, I was not deputy attorney, I was nothing, I was just at home doing my own private things. Then, apparently, this law firm, Omnia Strategy, LLP, headed by Sherry Blair, Tony Blair's wife, QC, very top lawyer. It's not because of Tony Blair's wife, in your own right, or a lawyer, powerful lawyer, UK, or be no, QC, and all that. And got in touch with the government of Ghana and said, represented to the government that they could file an appeal or they could explore the possibility of filing a challenge. Now, President, is it an all along? We have many arbitral awards against the government of Ghana. It's not the first time I hear an award against us. Balkan Energy. Yeah, Balkan Energy. NDC time, we have judgment debt against us. Arbitration award, 30 million dollars or so. I don't know, they didn't do anything at all. They didn't file any appeal at all. They didn't file any challenge. They just allowed it. If you buy arbitration, it's more. Because almost at TCZ and normal around the world, the company which won. Science is assets around us, so we're compelled to pay. Now, I don't say no, because you're young challenge, you know, and it's so beyond concept. Yeah. By an idea, say, okay, instead of just taking it or just letting sleeping dogs lie and for us to quietly accept the award, you know, we're going to explore the possibility of a challenge. Now, I buy no at that time, instructed say there should be a challenge. So that decision, maybe after as I told you, the office was headed by the Solicitor General, but that's fine. So the point was made, say, sir, challenge and and you say you're right, but the agreement says it's final and binding upon you. You have no right to appeal. So it's just an extra mile. It's an extra mile that we were trying to go for the nation. So I don't see why an imponent travel like as a Ghana for Becca, travel like Nasa here, and it should be a problem. But interestingly, in the court, no Emma shall blame more up to 8th March. Someone filed a challenge. By 7th March, then they themselves came up. So, Omashe adna intimate. You filed a challenge, Now, I was appointed as a tenderer on 5th March. It was a Friday. 6th March, Saturday. And therefore, Monday, 8th March, also statutory holiday in Ghana. So my first day at work was 9th March. The 9th March, when God party, I actually sought for a meeting with the president, and I broke the news to him that this is the situation and all. Say, really? How? Now, it's a work. I'm surprised. Why raise you hope so? We can appeal this way and so and so. Now, for the day before, I was into me appealing. Young settle now, wait me up boy and settle. I mean, one can very a little bit. And day before, no was in the 30 days window now near war to file anyway after the ruling.
No. Okay. That was within the extension of time now. Extension of time. Do get a point. And that was actually a day before, also Sunday. Now, the actual esprit of the time given to them was also on a holiday in Ghana, Saturday, that's 6 March. So, if she had formed a view initially, say, a bit me appeal here. Maybe not possible. Maybe let's try some other lawyers. And Robert Votera Theatre, very strong law firm, equally strong. Many offices around the world, many lawyers. We call internet Mugogila. Who the caliber of lawyer represented many nations, many countries, Asia, and that kind of thing. So you can tell that in South America and all that. So really, this country beat me about. So oh, it beats me. I explore Nyari, call the grounds can be. Okay, so what grounds beat my important bisa no? So see a man or the circumstances. So then with my your late appointment as attained a time I diamond by and there was not attained COVID and all that, and that also the bureaucratic system and all that. Yeah, not Friday. It's okay.
Friday. Or canvases our grounds, no, to drum home what point? The point
that no, you must explain why. Yes, is you are asking for extension of time, so you must explain why you couldn't satisfy the earlier extension of time.
Okay.
But that reason is purely accounted for by the default of one lawyer who waited until the last day to say so. But in any case, even that one, even if that application had been filed, a loan say was going to be granted. Yeah. Because really, that application was to question why the award was given within the very strict confines of the principles that are indicated to you. It's a lack of duration. That was duration. A tribunal, the argument entered into by a command gave them duration. That there was corruption. I did not see any corruption in the process of the arbitration or and even such a tall order. You know, there's actually it's like maybe 1 out of 1,000 cases. Recent one was a Nigerian case. I looked at this. No, this is different. Then so to almost try. So we have to convince it. We said okay, the failure of the arbitration panel to consider our points under the agreement, they are entitled to this small amount, 68 million, and all that. So they didn't consider that adequately, and therefore they didn't carry out the arbitration in accordance with the proceedings or procedure set out in the arbitration document, and therefore we should be entitled to having it set aside. So the tribunal consider all this point. Tribunal came to conclusion, well, even that point, is not one of procedure. It's just, so really, that was it. That's it. The point is that after 26 January, Ghana buying now you need the right of appeal. Now, as somebody said, the horse had already bolted into all the things that were done. Now, extra steps. We're just trying our luck to see it to happen. That's pure.
Honorable, to the best of your ability, you know, so what's your defense I amount here in 2020? You think, sir, not the best defense we could have mounted?
100%. All the various grounds, yes, vigorously contested and all. Yes, I mean, and the proceedings are there. Sure. Yes, I can actually try maybe finish later on with the processes, the pleadings, the closing argument. Arbitration, a very tedious process. It's not like court give motion and then my lord so application granted or dismissed. In this case, even after valid evidence or witnesses, we have to even argue orally. They'll give you a lot of time, about 4 hours or 3 hours. It's not like Ghana because if you have 5 minutes.
5 minutes, right?
No, 10 minutes for each side. No, at all. And even that one, it is preceded by what they call skeleton argument. Skeleton argument here about 30 pages. Skeleton prepare and all the various points of argument. You examine it one by one. And that's it. So really,
Yakasepi.
And from the skeleton,
Yakasepi. Bottom line is Ghana a boka from Yankomui. And keep it avoided. Is that correct?
Yes, I think it may avoid it because right from the beginning, agreement today and here.
It is a Ghana about it.
Well, as indicated, I think that the conduct of certain public actors ought to be examined. You cannot be entrusted with public power and exercise the discretion that you vested with in the manner that you desire. If you have to enter into agreement, as soon as agreement here and I say here, you don't go into it. If whether here or not, because or set terms of negotiating a year. So we must investigate, we must carry out an inquiry to find out what happened and all. And I think that's what will happen. Now refer it to the appropriate investigative authorities. The CID, Criminal Investigations Department, for me, are equipped to carry out such an exercise. And then those who may be culpable, we will see.
Now, maybe we start the questions. Investigations now can say very important, but shouldn't we have done some investigations even before mounting your defense, to be seized with all the facts and everything that happened? Now, it may inform me the kind of defense and give mounted.
Say, this PPA committee was part of the process of investigation. Okay. No, but we know. Okay. Attend you at that time as a share, or advice termination. And I, in all humility, now I'm the attender. Yes. I think that it's still not too late. There is no time bar to the institution of criminal investigations or any criminal proceedings whatsoever. I think it's
because who follow proceedings and our defense accompanying in some mount. For example, at a point they made the way even when the government of Ghana was saying condition precedents need be more meaty, i.e. permit here to go and develop the site temano or more permit. They proved assembly or permit. Number two, at a point in time and PPA investigations near Kosovo. They claim the technical advisor to the minister more constant assurances momo the any day enya dia ye be twa mo contract name, and it was part of more issues we raise your quarter. I think ni nyina so boa.
I think Sakwe is a Minister of Energy for Nebit Makasa. Me, I am very much concerned about how sometimes Minister of Energy went time to such agreement. You are inheriting many of these energy agreements has the potential to result in financial loss. Your back could be on West African Gas Limited, and also unnecessary. You enter into it. There was no conditions precedent satisfied and all. Almost you have for $1.088 billion. So around the same time, I hear GPC arbitration. And also at the same time. And then it's me fighting the court awarded $68 million. So from $1.088 billion claim. Even though the court found the termination wrongful, we are inflated with only $68 million. And so they say for me, it constitutes very serious savings.
Significant. Very significant.
Has to be applauded, but nobody, of course, is talking about it. But it's a matter of record. And as I said, the main question should be one. Now, clauses, no, they're very important. The termination clauses, consequences of termination, and all that. Even our recent referral to arbitration, for me, if necessary, we should avoid it.
Marcelo, with the contract to do an officer and a contract to do. So there's a challenge. Yeah.
Do you have information, sir? Even this agreement, no, the AG then no eshimo AOK BBR. More was information, no.
And I also have information showing the address of even the company, no, first address. But actually, the office address of a deputy attorney.
Oh, Debbie.
Yes, it's a matter of record as well.
Yeah, company GPGC. Omo initial address, na one of the deputy attorney generals.
A deputy attorney.
Now the office address no more use.
Yes, okay, yes.
Wow. And they were also supposed to go through the agreement and make sure say BBI Kama, the nation's interest is protected. And this is the kind of agreement we had. But the other point would be, sir, in CCA, BBI do CCA no. Yes, yeah, a buyer and agreeing say will put it in a certain way to see say BBI able to make PM about anye. Until we have to pay the amount as determined by the arbitration panel. A buying bit here.
170 million.
So and say Well, it's 134 plus
134. Yeah.
So you know about 138. I don't know how I'm calculating almost 170. So when I'm calculating, I'm a mathematician. 170. I'm not
134.
So maybe no 134 plus I think cost of about 3.something million. So no 138. And I'm saying interest. I can not speak to that, but we are still negotiating with the company. In fact, my fairly challenging and negotiating. It's part of the strategies that we deployed. So we are still negotiating to them. Yeah, I think
but you are.
Oh yes, but based on the but even the PPA committee can say it to you. As with you right from beginning, agreement and what you say, what terminate here, bit you say. A PPA committee just say you terminate here, a bit here.
But from the PPA committee in the no, we also Omoka say May no, Omoka say Omoka 18 million, and one of the narratives are Mate and they say probably we should have gone for the option of paying the 18 million. Na ya hohroyensa say monko, and now say yenchem to avoid paying per annum 20-something million per annum.
So 80 million and then may I. Me cannot claim whom baby or me has 80 million. Yes, no, because the NHS say they will be entitled to the full cost of the agreement if we terminate at any point in time.
That's based on clause 2.
Yes, clause 2. Yes, plus clause 25. But in Boma, entitled to the full cost of the agreement. And it's the full cost of the agreement plus the expenses that they incurred in transporting the equipment to Ghana. The plants to Ghana. Yeah. If
I just say you could see idea. Which public officers near the Omoko CID said they should be investigated?
As of most, it's not as if say we are targeting a particular person.
Okay.
So CID investigated all the circumstances surrounding the execution of the agreement and the terms and all that. Of course, one question that CID cannot ignore is who signed the agreement.
Sign agreement, no. In this case, Dr.
Another question. Another question too then will be, what are the factors accounting for the execution of the agreement? Say, then signing this agreement. So, now, thirdly, too, say, was it economical? Was it unduly expensive? And no. And some are investigating other matters. And see the investigations there. Even on one part, those that you do not even suspect in Polo will be eventually.
Yeah. We know we've chosen the route of CID because we suspect criminal will be a woman.
Yes, sir. We are all saying that if there was financial loss, then there must be
criminal investigation.
Yes, liability. Criminal liability. Yeah.
Ma yemfa seda ema Omoa etie ewa Asempa 94.7 FM. Ekosiisen Jumeni no asugusua utie die beda the honorable government yebo adame ase. Many of say most of my kwabena asante na ibo mu many ni bo mu edi interview yi ebrem nti ye da na ye ho abaye ba Ekosiisen so.
Well, yeah, that's
so do me now we me suban pa na me nkwan dia na me nkomode ni nyina wom na so de di kan pa yo be de ya wodi mona soap ani mona cream asiesia ma ya fefe na
Asempa FM
me da say na me bi de mo hwe suban ansa o dabi me de me hwe screen ya fa ansa asakwa ba be hwe suban ene what can say de me ni mona soap ani mona cream na ebe wu o se de mona soap timi skin rashes ni yakro na eyi pampan fi nipa ho na mona cream timi sa propro ne ho a e ma chinwi fu brom e ma skin na ya nwensen e sa ye bokọ sa bofra de no oh do se de mi nye ja me ho ba bi e wo se me di mona cream siesie no me di be siesie hey mona soap ani mona cream na ne bon so nya di na buso yi de ene ahofe no me ma na busu ama ho ele me so ma don sa omafo here mona soap ani mona cream enfre agbebe herbal center 020-813-0790 and 024-6595-256.
FDA ahwehwɛ saa ejedi nkrato yi mu agye atomu sɛ ɛyɛ The UEFA Euro 2020 is kicking off, featuring the best of the best, the Sergio Ramoses, the Ronaldos, the Harry Kanes, the Mbappes, and of course you, the super fans. From Friday the 11th of June to Sunday the 11th of July, you can watch your favorite stars battle it out, match after match, to be crowned kings of Europe. The UEFA Euro 2020, it's anyone's game. Get and stay connected to DSTV to watch every game live on SuperSport or on the DSTV app.
LPG. I am from a jar and hotse. Nanso sa and hubetia mawa. I just would dear did you may ansa na ube so wujan. Here, Nasha se from a jahun can be ara NJ ho. Se wote in from a jahun pampana. Bue apunone and pomanu nina. Ebanesa men so ana me numbri biara edi inyina mahu den eye juma. Dundum eja biara waso ho. Na pre onim di fo mano mmehwe mawo. Fasamina nsuogu in from a jaton true wano ano. Se wuhu ehuro natural se etue ampa ta ehwe se droban na etwen from eja no hu ntue na ta sesa droban no acha preko mfie mienu biara ehwe se abri biara wo be soja no wo be pa wo matches ansa na waso wo stove hwe se from eja ne ho asode no adum abri biara wo mfandi dwuma biara nkrato yi efri National Petroleum Authority aswe
Yara Ghana, ne famu nshachirana. Semetimi atwa mi ametrata. Enem sika menye free me harvest mu afinti. Yara beta. Pardon no. Mira. Yes or no. Afe na yebe yesika for pa. Yes, yes, via. Eda mutirinko. Yeti dase. Okuani biada eso na abe mu amamu no. Na me so me de ni metumi edu sampempenso we. Se wote se meka Yara beta crop lift bow. Ai. Eye foliar fertilizer. Fertilizer ewo nutrients. It is NPK, ebi zinc ne boron. Ya ebuama enobaye suyi. Wobetimi di Yara Vita egugu crops ahodo te se tomatoes, meko, mango, ekutu ni cereals so. Me wife kura ni mu. Ya simple. Yara Vita wo huna enye ya. Wobetimi di afra agrochemical foforo e dia boss spray. Agi herbicides. Any weedicides pe enenka ho. Wo Yara Vita se de be ya fertilizer no kura betimi ewura leaves anasa haba no nyina mu amobia ayi na dwuma yi. Na menye bia to he. Wobenya Yara Vita crop lift bow. Ewo accredited dealers. Ghana for Nanyina. Dodo afre Yara Ghana 0302 779 854.
Las Palmas. Se die obia giatum sabeduan papa de na wodi womudia Las Palmas Food Center enfihie duonuni 20 years and Las Palmas Food Center some Ghana this year. Las Palmas Food Center ewo nuane bi te sefufuo omutuo ampesie ene Ghana nuane bebre wo mo sanso wo enkwan pa bi te se aponchi nkwan ebunabunu nkwan papa bi ene pie keka ho emo be na wo pe jollof wache fried rice and plain rice ubenya bi ewo Las Palmas Food Center Las Palmas Food Center Achimota enkrane nsanwam kwantempo no so La Paz Dansuman Circle Accra Central Madina Kabeshi Abeka Sansona Kumase Las Palmas Food Center ewa Dum Pampaso Asafo VIP and Asetafo Fre 0572 291 558 and 0244 233 341 Las Palmas Food Center Adriana Papa Fie.
Honey. It's office unkuwa na winim Aquataps Food Safe na. Salad ni nuyaba udi ni debiano. Aquataps Food Safe. Ana medoro ho. Asana wedio.
Omo sanso Aquataps water purification tablets. Omo de ebulu munsuo, efom nsuo, suru nsuo, ene nsuo a ehonte ede ye wonda ade adwuma a emfa ohaw bia embre. Osan kwada yisu mapomudin so ehia ye pa. Eno nti na mato Aquataps surface disinfectant. Yetime de paper surfaces bia ema ehonte. No nti hotels, restaurants, hospitals, sachet water manufacturers. Ene fiefie mu Aquataps abama mo say ebedien etu phone free Health Top Up Services Limited. Ewo 050-169-4275 Kumasi and 020-907-7726 Accra and 024-459-3381 Koforidia. Ubenya Aquataps wo pharmacies, drugstores and supermarkets. FDA agi edwadi enkratu yi atum.
Ensuo mankwa, ensuo yemkwa. Nom Awake purified drinking water. Abuju nsuo a eye kroje. Ensuo ne ma wa hodede tena ho abribia. Kan say, awake bottle baako bi a wobeto no. Ye yi sika kakra de kon National Cardiothoracic Center. Awake purified drinking water. One for life.
For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
Nkratoi FD ahwehwemagia tumse eye.
Hey, it's me pan and me kita mi amike. Ecobank me damase.
Shy, cow than you. Oh, say Ecobank, yeah, cruising.
Once you bet me a cruise, you want us out cab. Esani Ecobank Auto Finance Package inti. Koyen cardless a hudu PI no one year juma baby. Ye ka dawa kumaso. Say a new car, say ye second hand. Why your mouse special discounts. Ecobank side and she share pabe boa with ya can who can you na. Your mount interest rate and it boa from cry. Ebe brim weni so. Oh, so when your accounts work bank and money how cry. Sa kwenye da homo bia. NTN so saka no da ekeke. Abebu ewie. Preto free 0800 003 225. Anasa kwa Ecobank nkrabata bebia nebusa Ecobank Auto Finance Package. Eshishe kakra wo ho. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, it's me pan and me kita mi amike. Ecobank me damase.
Shy, cow than you. Oh, say Ecobank, yeah, cruising.
Once you bet me a cruise, you want us out cab. Esani Ecobank Auto Finance Package inti. Koyen cardless a hudu PI no one year juma baby. Ye ka dawa kumaso. Say a new car, say ye second hand. Why your mouse special discounts. Ecobank side and she share pabe boa with ya can who can you na. Your mount interest rate and it boa from cry. Ebe brim weni so. Oh, so when your accounts work bank and money how cry. Sa kwenye da homo bia. NTN so saka no da ekeke. Abebu ewie. Preto free 0800 003 225. Anasa kwa Ecobank nkrabata bebia nebusa Ecobank Auto Finance Package. Eshishe kakra wo ho. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Wow. Aha Dania brochure global lighting for lights and the accessories for panel from Sunu will provide lighting solutions for Ghana have more than 20 years. Wabamu pay no environment at a sign for perfect. Europe Niema the highest standard in terms of quality. Ceiling lights, outdoor lights, chandeliers, wall lights, compound lights, LED panels, spotlights, braces and surface, switch and sockets, wiring cables, and the Kekahua, electricians, and the contractors at the year one projects no will free global light. When are your friend ultra modern Papa B street lights nipples now water one near ma was sunny amount technical advice and after sales service Spentex 027-900-3066 on the textbook market div anymore or shoe Ari command phone for 0302-769-382 one in my coffee house in the div anymore and the Kumasi 0278-744-886 one in Palace Mall and the div anymore Santas runabout global lighting and Kania Pahinfi.
Honey. It's office sa unkuwa na winim Aquataps Food Safe na. Salad ni nuyaba udini debiano. Aquataps Food Safe. Ana medoro ho. Asana wedio.
Omo sanso Aquataps water purification tablets. Omwa omode ebulu munsuo. Efo munsuo. Suru nsuo. Eni nsuo a ehonte ede ye wonda ade adwuma a emfa ohaw bia embre. Osan kwada yi sutma pomudin so ehia ye pa. Eno nti na mato Aquataps surface disinfectant. Yetime de paper surfaces bia ema ehonte. No nti hotels, restaurants, hospitals, sachet water manufacturers. Eni fiefie mu Aquataps abama mo say ebejen etu phone free health top up services limited. It was 050-169-4275 Kumasi and 020-907-7726 Accra and 024-459-3381 Koforidia. Ubenya Aquataps were pharmacies, drugstores and supermarkets. FDA aji ejedi enkratu atum.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Yeah. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa FM
94.7 Asempa FM Suni Ekosiisen On Asempa utie no ma yɛna mu nyina asese ma twen yɛn ama yakɔ asan so ababio yɛde ekosisen dwumadie no ɛtoa mo so sɛ de yɛde kan ɛde ato monim no ensem bebre na wɔ hɔ a yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛde ho enkomo. Fortunately yɛde to monim sɛ yɛnsa ɛbɛka the ranking member on the Mines and Energy Committee in Ghana's Parliament, the Honorable John Jenapo Oye, MP for the Yape Kosogo constituency. Nyame adom waba bekansa ewo studio ha. Just gone by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yabo Adame Edi enkomo on government's position and the history as they know it behind judgment that ruling by the arbitration in the United Kingdom. Inti yebeshe the position of the former administration and so on, everything that has happened. Bansana mema jeje akwaba no amasaman okohwa yechi amasaman fo nyina ene Melcom Atuamo ewo. Melcom, your number one shopping brand, now opens at Amasaman Abeheniase on the Obom stretch. It's over 30,000 square feet. You know, Sasia Yaje ewo 30,000 square feet. Into your huge car parking space ewo. Na shop ni nyina so ye fully air conditioned. We know it's a brand new Melcom shop pa, with over 20,000 products on display, ranging from toys, stationery, exercise books, exercise equipment, electronics, groceries, furniture, home decor, houseware, kitchenware items. Yes, I will supermarket and your stocky provisions. Kama. And your electricals segment and so inti resident in and around Amasaman. Abehenia say obeye ashalaja. Is it Fisei? And Dar Salam, Akramai, Doblo, in Sakina, Munyinamo Kohwa, you would get a whole new shopping experience. You'll be here from Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sundays, 12 noon to 8 p.m. Terms and conditions apply. Melcom is where Ghana shops. In the Shannon Somayin, now Opesa Melcom shopping experience. Libya, you don't need to come to town. Say what you Amasaman and increase echa hueshia in here. Say Obeba Krum. Yeah, the Melcom at Twawo. It's a huge Melcom shop. Ayebi ewo Amasaman Abehenease on the Obom stretch. In the Shannon so FRMIN. And name Mamimfa wins when chem. Say person would our taxes. It's now become very, very easy. Or custom duties, all other GRA payments. Yeah, very easy. Uko Consolidated Bank of Ghana branch BIA or Ghana. How bit metria? Uti ufi so our phone or office so far phone. You just have to dial *222#, *222#, and then you can pay your custom duties, your GRA taxes, Environmental Protection Agency levies, your Ghana Standards Authority levies, Food and Drugs Authority levies, and levies for all other government services. Ubitimi etria just by dialing *222# in the *222#, and then follow the prompt. Uriye now pay invoice. You can download and print your own invoice. Oko ghana.gov.gh. You just have to fill the form there. Now, what generate our invoice? Unti bibiasi afre 0302 216 000 0302 216 000 CBG. Or see, we stand with you. And the Shannon so FRMIN. Mema the Honorable John Jenapo Akwaba. Jeja Akwaba na pom to say.
Minyo, mejo kakra.
Ya pe ko so go boko.
Oh, boko.
Mujina monaizo.
Madauruma.
Na parliament and swear.
Oh, as ranking member for the Mines and Energy, I have a Herculean task.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Messiah, a member of the Finance Committee.
Okay.
Juma Kesi Oha Eziya. And that is what we have been doing. And no Ejuma na meya meko comment on this huge judgment that by Governor Tigwa but I have to do that. That's my job as a ranking member. I have to proffer an opinion, criticize when necessary, and even sometimes praise if need be. And I intend to do that. I mean, I won't be cowed down. I'll do what is right and proper.
Fantastic. Enti said you okay, statement Okoko make here and did this whole conversation around judgment debt aba say share the agreement in question and so agreement as straddle between two administrations from Mo and bar this current administration and so the agreement in question government of Ghana and GPGC 2015 and sign agreement now we are deputy power minister at the time
Yes, I was a deputy minister of power in 2015. So I'm deputy minister for energy and petroleum under Honorable Boa.
Yes.
Then President Mama decided say obey separate ministry into two and took me to power to be a deputy to Dr. Donko.
Yeah. Fantastic. Within that time, and your boss, the power minister at the time, on behalf of the government of Ghana, enter into this contract. The 75-page contract document, when you be a kind?
Me document na me must scan it bibia. That's what I do.
What scan it?
So as I speak to you, I'm trying to open it from the web.
Okay.
But I'll get a copy from the car as well. Normally, I depend on the tablet a lot.
No problem.
But I've read through it. I mean, I'm conversant with it.
And at least for or more 8 years, to have a benefit of the agreement, because I want this conversation to be, follow a certain pattern from the agreement itself and the details thereof. Now, about all the other issues. No, honorable say, me share agreement. No, of course, between the government of Ghana, represented by the power minister and officials of GPGC. But baby, a generate interest because the Attorney General now, like I said, this contract was bad for Ghana in his own words, and he raises the issue of some of the terms because he makes the point. He says, the contract be a quarter. The court is interested in the terms of the contract. And you're starting from effective date and term option. Or say contract we can say clause 2A, or say subject to the provision of clause 25 of this agreement. This agreement shall have a term commencing on the signature date and continuing until 48 months after the full commercial operation date. 2B, Nikase, the term shall be a guaranteed period, and in the event this EPA is terminated in accordance with the provision thereof prior to its scheduled expiration date as a result of the default of any of the parties.
It's okay, it's open.
Yeah. The party not responsible for the default may proceed in accordance with clause 25 of this agreement. In the honorable, with respect to effective date and term options, no, until I say what one then.
Me no me da se bebre. Nedikan mamenchia obia. Na enyuma ye nyina oman no eye yo ne epe anameboa. Godfrey say already clauses ne bia. It's so lopsided. Who terminate or mine be boka?
Yes.
Yes. So why did he terminate? Simple logic. This is commonsensical. Attorney General wash agreement he dear. Enya magana. Se make terminate a Ghana be boka. And yet you proceeded to terminate. Mania. I am into finance. I'm into marketing. I'm into agri. I'm not a lawyer. Many already on a test. He is a lawyer, the learned Attorney General. As a contract, one, Dr. Donko is setting up a negotiation committee. And when you read the parliamentary memo, representatives from Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Attorney General, the Ministry of Attorney General,
Ministry of Justice,
and Attorney General, from the various sectors. I don't even want to say I was not involved. Maybe because I was not involved, I'm not going to run away from anything. But there was a proper committee. Omar discussed it. We had a legal unit in the office, and I presuppose almost wife. This is Attorney General Godfrey Dami's opinion. No, in this thing you take it to another person. Once you read, hey, massa. And our lawyers just are no more.
That's true.
So that is his opinion. If you want to call cabinet, and I'm not trying to patronize you. But you did very well in the interview, in my opinion. You asked him a question. Attorney General then, no, or shall agreement now? What was his answer?
The answer is say he was not the Attorney General at the time. And the answer is the boss and having been
no, I'm talking of the Attorney General in 2015.
Oh, okay.
That was your question.
Yeah.
In the agreement, Minister near, you know, Attorney General,
yeah, or say yes.
Do you know his answer? Was it one of the initial address? Yeah, Deputy Attorney General. I mean, what kind of comment would an AG make like this? Is it fair?
But what's wrong with that?
Who is that AG? You just throw things out like that. No, is it fair?
Okay, the point to make is one of the correspondence between the company and the ministry, you know.
No, I say address.
Company and address.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Was the address of the office
a deputy
of one
minister
of the
be address as a
deputy AG.
Yes, is it fair? Who is that? Meaning, but you asked him a specific question. Said, did you check as AG? Godfrey said, my agreement, no. Attorney General nya be share ya na one share. He didn't answer that question. He went off. But
that allegation now raising, you know, if true, won't you be surprised?
So now he's thrown something out. A lawyer of that repute. He's cast something out there. And now people are asking, now, is it fair? If you think it's fair, fine. I am just raising those issues.
No.
Yeah.
So I think
so let me proceed, Mr.
Question.
Yeah.
Let me
proceed. Let me proceed. Agreement, no. Echo cabinet. Anamibwa.
That is true.
A free cabinet. Echo parliament. MPP had more than 100 people in parliament. Papa Usuankuma, or your former AG, no. Michael Kwe, the respected former speaker, no hobby.
In 2015.
In 2015, lawyers are, excuse me, and with the greatest of respect to Godfrey, Omuye was seniors. No money now. So much agreement, him. And I'm a boy. And what is this issue? What is this issue? And a clause 2, clause 3. Just a what dream one tears here. And I'm a business. So you knew, said Duke. So clause you bet Ghana. And yet you went ahead and terminated.
And no. And no, Oka said they then based that assessment on the report of the committee you set up.
So let's go to the committee's report. Simple. This is the committee report. It's a 194-page document. I've read everything from A to Z. I've read the parliamentary hazard. I've read the contract agreement. I've read the correspondences and everything. Page 171, paragraph 492. The PPA committee suggested that the actual development cost of the project to date should be verified. That means, because company no GPGC.
Yes.
And used as a guide for termination. In other words, the committee suggested that government of Ghana should negotiate a settlement which it would only compensate GPGC for its actual development cost rather than what GPGC was entitled. The committee calculated what it estimated that actual development cost to be and thus came to a price of a negotiated termination of $18 million.
And where report ben okay.
This is the full judgment.
You mean the judgment from the tribunal
yes,
in the UK?
An independent tribunal.
No, I thought you were reading the Ahenkra committee.
I will read the Ahenkra committee report to you. This is extras from the Ahenkra committee report.
And a judgment ni take it.
And they take here, and it's in the Ahenkra committee report, page 4.
Because I have the Ahenkra committee report here. In the page 4 said you will come.
The Ahenkra committee report say that all of the electricity generated Ahenkra committee ni my page page 4.
Yes.
Ahenkra committee say money negotiate here is 18 million. Godfrey Cracker say 18 no. He doesn't know how they came by the 18.
Came by that 18.
So that is what the committee said. Committee say call GPGC.
Yes.
Sit with them, negotiate with them. Na ye jidi se mu negotiate ya. Motua ye 80 million. Ni tintini ni tietia na me boss.
Because okay executive summary na JJ under recommendations or say government may into 3I or say government may consider terminating the PPA of GPGC into bracket executed between government and GPGC with an installed capacity of 107 megawatts at an estimated cost of 18 million USD, or else pay excess capacity charge of 24.90 million USD per annum over the contract period of 4 years. We know UTS said we could have paid 18 million and that's all.
Negotiated. You been negotiated. This is a committee. First of all, let me put on record that I never set up an Ahinkra committee.
But who set it up?
I didn't set up an Ahinkra committee. So and I'm challenging the ministry to produce documents showing say I set up an Ahinkra committee report.
No, but what's an Ahinkra committee?
I'm not aware of any Ahinkra committee.
In 2016,
let me put that on record here. So I'm not aware of an Ahinkra committee report.
No,
I know what I'm talking about.
But are you aware of an Ahinkra committee?
I have seen something on social media, unsigned, with some names. I have worked in the ministry. So we set up committee, all write it to committee members.
Yes.
Giving them terms of reference. The terms of reference will be part of the committee's report. Committee report near ready. All members of the committee will append their signature to own that document. I'm challenging this government to make that document available.
That is the report not available.
One, that we wrote to set up an Ahinkra committee.
Okay.
Two, that this is the Ahinkra committee report signed by members of the committee.
Look, as far as you are concerned, you have no knowledge of any Ahinkra committee.
I don't know of the setting up of an Ahinkra committee in my time. And I'm saying that produce the evidence. Look, and I don't want to personalize this issue as if say many Godfred were issue. I never mentioned Godfred's name.
Yeah.
Let me put this on record. When I was discussing this matter following the judgment, I kept saying government. I decided that I won't personalize it as if say, and he even says, your man ruling on your age. And I'm a so where is that personalization? And I'm dealing with an issue. And I may say, look, evidence is the game. Let government bring the letter.
That shows
setting up an Ahinkra committee. That is one. Two, because in this document, in the judgment, when Ahinkra appeared before the committee, they asked that they produce a Ahinkra committee report. The judgment says that they rather brought a redacted version.
So the 18 million you quote, who quoted from document bank?
I am quoting from the judgment. Because that is an official document.
Which judgment referred to a certain Ahinkra
committee? A certain reporter, Ministry Deba say, we are an Ahinkra committee report. Now, and then they make it this suggestion. And a court, arbitration case, among of document, a bank will go to be free. That is a redacted version.
That is the conclusion a court on the report that was
exactly. It's in the document. A redacted version. Now me read where me make be a me quote paragraph. Ni mo quote page. Ni hu baby no creda. Me say aban, I'm challenging you. Bring the letter where I wrote to Dr. Ahinkra appointing the Dr. Ahinkra committee report. That's one.
But did they say you wrote it? Because you were not...
My ministry. Not my ministry. Wrote to Dr. Ahinkra. Setting up Dr. Ahinkra committee. That's one. Two. Just two items.
But who knew Dr. Ahinkra? Do you know him? Who is he?
You see, I don't want... He was a technical advisor.
At the ministry?
At the ministry.
During what time?
Me free one or call. Earlier no Energy Commission.
Okay.
Dr. Donko Bay no deneba so me boy yenye.
Okay.
Later no sa call.
Okay.
Me nkrofo akaza o. Yeso ye won krofo ye investigation. Two items. I've seen the media talking about a certain report. I thought that what the media would do first is that let's authenticate this report. Don't you think it's fair?
No, it's fair.
Let's authenticate the report. Fair. And every report, committee report, Parliament and your members of the committee will sign. I know why I'm raising this matter. And Yama Koso Papa with this so-called report.
Because
I want to be responsible.
From this report copy now, point 3.0, for example, it speaks about membership of the committee. And like I said, the committee is made up of 17 members.
So last page,
yeah.
Is it signed? Is it signed?
No.
So let's ask
from relevant governmental institutions.
No, that's how we work. And I
agree.
That's how we work.
I agree.
Not you go and put some soft stuff. No, we don't do that.
Because interestingly, where it comes with terms of reference.
May say two things.
The signature is important.
Yes.
And the letter.
That authenticate. The letter from our ministry.
Yeah.
Because you normally write to the chairman.
Yeah.
You have this Anahenkra committee report.
Yeah.
You are the chairman.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. Right? I'm not raising these issues
just for raising.
I know, but I want to be responsible. Because this program is a very highly rated program. I could have said so many things about things that went on, which resulted in people being dismissed. I don't want to go there. I just look, Anyama Akoso. But let's stick to the matter. I have requested for two things, and I'm pleading of you as a ministry to follow that up.
To follow that
so that then we know that there's an authentic report.
Okay.
Because why is it that when they asked for the report, they couldn't produce the whole report to the
that arbitration? Is to the arbitration.
Yes. Why?
In the UK. But was any let's put the Ahenkra committee aside. Was there any other committee set up to review PPAs?
We set up so many committees to do so many things for us.
PPAs review specifically?
No, a lot. PPAs, what is normal in our ministry? I was part of a committee. Because say no, Dumso no ya solve it. Going forward. It's normal.
Yeah.
When they do that, you are given a letter. The terms of reference is stated. The report. The report is advisory. It's not obligatory. Because this report asks the minister to negotiate. Did they negotiate?
Which that report cannot be relied on any longer.
Honestly, that's what they relied on. So assuming without admitting, I've asked for two things. Now I've moved from that leg to what the minister himself says, that I depended solely on the committee report. And I just
to give the advice.
And I say the committee advised you to negotiate. Did you negotiate or say no? So how then did you rely on the committee's report?
Because the committee said you may terminate.
So it's optional.
The contract. Yeah,
and then when you are terminating, negotiate with them. And then when you are negotiating, you should endeavor to come to an amount of 18 million. It's in their judgment. Look, the judges don't know it. So
yes,
they don't care about Jinapo or somebody. They are doing a professional job, and we opted to appear before them. And nobody is questioning the judgment. So why didn't we negotiate?
But when so say in that same judgment, JJ, the arbitration came to the conclusion that 18 million will not suffice because again of some terms in this same contract. Because, and I think Gofredami alluded to that, so also guaranteed term and a contract even when you decide to abrogate today, you would have to look at the entire term and pay the compensation to cover the entire term. And an easy thing, say negotiating 18
So they didn't depend solely on the committee's report. It's as simple as that. Because he himself says that he disagreed with the 18 million.
Absolutely.
So therefore he didn't rely solely on the committee's report. And if I'm Attorney General, now committee can say even terminate. I may. It's a may. Committee can say terminate. He says you may. Now say me decide this may terminate here. Won't I go and look at the agreement?
The agreement.
Abba. I mean governors near the you say. Why? You disagree with them that 80 million. Another question, Obi. He disagreed with the 80 million.
Yes.
Did he invite them? What's the 18 million? How did you come by this 18 million? Can you give me a breakdown? Why do you think we can achieve 18 million? Is there any other option?
But
you don't think a minister would do that?
With the 18 million is Godfrey Dame, not Gloria Akofo.
So Gloria agrees then? Or, I don't know. I'm not interested in Godfrey Dami's personality. I don't want to personalize it. I'm dealing with institutional issues. Yeah. Me ko no kaso opeso ka nokre. What no kaso nokre I disagree with the 18.
Yes.
So why are you worrying yourself, Godfrey Dami? Why? And you say you didn't write the letter. So what is your beef? And that you are not interested in circumstances that led to the termination. Can nokre pa anka ya terminated contract here? Would this 170 million come up?
But and also say you terminated contract now. What is the cost benefit analysis? Because the point they say
there are two options.
Hold on. The point they said the committee in the report now will say non-existent. You know.
No, I didn't say it's non-existent. I'm just challenging.
You are challenging the authenticity of the report. Okay. That same report they recommend the 11 PPAs are and no we should cancel completely. Those 11 PPAs, you know, according to Godfrey Dami and their considerations, no, and they say those 11 PPAs, no, sika ni ebetia in terms of excess capacity charges, no, about $540 something million.
We are not dealing with other PPAs. Let's deal with GPGC. If we want to discuss other PPAs,
yes,
I'm well versed, well seized in that arena.
But GPGC was part of the 11 PPAs.
Now the judgment debt issue is about GPGC. So I beg you, let's limit it to GPGC. If we want to engage in a conversation on so-called 11 PPAs, I have enough information from ECG and the rest that would deflate this so-called 11 PPAs, including what I termed as peddling of falsehood to Parliament. I've all that record, but I don't want to mix the issues. It's deliberate. It's deliberate. Look, Ghana was 170 million a year. Could we have avoided it? Was there any other alternative? Or 170
Do you also go with the figure 170 million?
I've done the calculation.
Based on what?
Based on the interest on the 136. Because it dates back to a certain date.
You
and I've done all the calculations.
Using percentage, Bain.
Available rates are cost no issue. I've checked everything. The young five Godfrey then 136.
138.
Fantastic, 138. Listen to what the ruling says. 171. The basis of that recommendation is unknown. The copy of the PPA committee report submitted into the record by Government of Ghana is heavily redacted. Notwithstanding the tribunal's order that the unredacted text be disclosed. The tribunal gave an order. Say, Abai, sa PPA document amukan, mumfani nyina amra. Abai will be tutu before mun the koi.
That is the court's conclusion.
This is 171, paragraph 490. I'm talking of the full court ruling.
But just me person obuayen.
Mabuao.
On because you want us to limit ourselves to GPGC, you know. On GPGC PPA, you know, was a committee set up by your ministry to review that PPA.
No.
And I said to look into that PPA. You know?
No. We didn't set up any committee. No, let them produce that letter.
Okay. Was there any committee set up to review all PPAs?
I am saying, me and Kasa, I chaired a committee.
Okay.
I share all these PPAs under the instruction of Vincent Tekwe. And I'm saying, we do set up a lot of committees. I've left there for more than 5 years now. Now there's an Ahinkra committee. I said that I didn't write to set up an Ahinkra committee. I want to be very careful.
Okay.
I want to be very, very careful because my freehold, I only talk about things that my memory serves me. I don't want to step into other arena because these matters, you must be cautious.
Okay.
So that's my answer for you.
Into limiting ourselves to GPGs, you know, I would want to believe, say, everything a works our contract with you and possibly your minister will stand by the BAO contract with him.
This contract?
Yes, GPGC contract.
Now, government Parliament of Ghana approve you. What can I say?
Okay.
Now, me worker. I did our Parliament. 275 people.
Yes.
Parliament I to mu. Now me better say, what is my beef? No, dear me.
Okay. Into this contract, no, if you read a emergency power agreement, internet was say company no MINBB on emergency basis. True?
Let's go. Not you. I'm listening.
Into there were some condition precedent and there was a company no any government of Ghana a meeting for contract to become effective, when I read from clause 3, condition precedent, the performance of the obligations of the parties under this agreement is subject to the prior fulfillment or waiver of the following conditions precedent. GOG conditions precedent. 1. Ratification of this agreement by the Parliament of Ghana. 2. The GOG having obtained parliamentary approval for the required tax exemptions. 3. GOG indicating its satisfaction with the state of GPGC's plant, such satisfaction not to be unreasonably withheld. And 4. The GOG having provided unimpeded access to a site for the GPGC equipment. In this contract, we are told, say, these conditions precedent, should be ready 30 days after the signing. Did that happen?
All these matters were before the arbitration.
No.
No, let me come. It will be very difficult for me to just sit here before you now, in just this second, to tell you everything that happened in terms of conditions. I mean,
but for the contract to be effective, it is in here, say, 30 days after signing, these GOG condition precedent should happen.
I don't determine whether a contract is effective or not. It's the courts.
No. The contract has provisions that when the contract will be effective.
So are you asking me whether the contract was effective or not?
No, whether these conditions, which will make the contract effective, did they happen?
I know that there was parliamentary approval. Was there no
parliamentary approval?
Yes, was there no parliamentary approval?
Yes.
Was there no cabinet approval?
Yes.
What other thing do you want? Which one? And I can check for you.
Was there, because I will say, the GOG having provided unimpeded access to a site for the GPGC equipment. Did that happen?
I know, sir, they had a site. I know, sir, there was a site at Abuaze before but when they were going, there was an oxidation issue. This is a technical matter. So a committee had to deal with that. It happens in any contract. It is normal, Obi.
No, I agree.
So I don't even see the issue.
No, the Americans say this is an emergency power agreement. So we're given a specific timeline. Say in 30 days, these things should happen for the contract to be effective. It didn't happen in 30 days.
So what is your point? Do you have a problem with something there? Then I'll address it.
Honorable. 2015, a contract was signed. By 2017, the contract had not actually taken off. But this is supposedly an emergency contract.
And I'm telling you, so when you sign contracts, sometimes you have challenges. Look, I'm on Mampenyi, we're a minister. On Mampenyi, a press conference. And I can say, no, addressing the whole nation.
The whole nation, yeah.
Also, COVID, and until within 1 year, obesity over 100 hospitals. Wankasa. The president of the republic. And the Minuka said one block on fancy form. Even one single block on fancy form. A ban way say every district will have a factory. Every village will have a dam. 1 million per constituency. 200 million for Zongos. So I'm saying that in contract execution and our project execution, you can hit a challenge. And I'm telling you, I knew. So one of the challenges was this issue of oxidation from the technical side. But my question is that, what is the issue?
The issue is that since it was an emergency power agreement and timelines are also meaty to make this thing really an emergency agreement, did not happen. So really by 2017 and even by 2016, this contract probably should have been abrogated by you. Because in conform condition present and everything, they did not meet to even make this whole contract effective. Because at the time, we're not losing the emergency
so the can say, in case the BBC ANC, into abrogate. So I will abrogate it. I will not pay 170 million or 138 million.
Yes, but at the time...
So you must exercise caution. You just don't say that because one condition be, there's a challenge with it in a contract, you rush to abrogate. And then the DBC baby away.
But it was an emergency contract.
It doesn't matter. Look, a lot of people are listening to this. The fact that you need a power. Now say maybe there's an unforeseen challenge on the way. You don't rush to terminate. And all these parties went to court and advance all these issues. Do you know government's reason for termination? You know it.
Yes, sir.
I have the letter
here.
here.
About Parliament. Or catch Parliament.
He did not. Let me put it on record. Ajakun never informed us about terminated GPGC agreement. Never. Let them show me that evidence.
So Parliament was not seized with the reason
Parliament was not informed even about the termination of GPGC's contract.
In the letter Ben and also on the
Mr. Buachi Ajakun actually letter a terminated contract. Okay. No? And then I made a baby no.
Okay.
Or terminated contract, no. Or say nienti a terminated contract, ne say GPGC for a breach terms of the contract. That's what he said.
Yes.
Or say the ministry has been informed by that this. Similarly, although it's required to obtain this from the commission prior to construction, you failed. In view of the above, government has taken a decision to terminate the agreement effective the date of this letter due to GPGC's breach
of the terms.
Of the terms.
And part of the terms near condition.
And no, where raising, you know, aqua court a bogu. So we don't even discuss this matter again. And you know, a competent court. This letter ya no cite enyama wa cite ke esemu yese mo anye esemu yese mo anye esemu yese akokot lawyers ekukudam judge ekukudam o ma bi mu judge mu twotwo mu judge mu akantinka judge awo mu nima asemu ahwe mu ese wo letter no fa baabi twotwo na enya adwuma na enya adwuma kina na me ma betena so condition president 1 condition president me say ye dey biom we passed that stage.
Okay.
We've passed that stage. We're no more there.
Do you know, as part of this contract, no JJ, say for GPGC, your capacity charges be more? Do you have?
I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware that they've raised any invoice.
And under you never paid any.
No.
Charges.
No. I'm not even aware of any invoice demanding even payment.
Is their plant on stream now?
No.
What did it ever come on stream?
Yes, it's in Ghana. No, about Ghana. And now more install it. Then this government decided, said they will terminate. The plants are in Ghana. They are in Ghana. And I'm saying there are two options.
At what point are plants in Bedru Ghana? In Bedru Ghana time, man. You don't have that information.
I can check for you. I can pull my record.
But
I have a lot of records.
Under you. Alma 2016.
Please let me just check for you. I don't want to. You see, I want to be very honest. I want to be very consistent. I don't want to leave you. No, Jinapoko can say you're checking. No, let me check for you.
Okay.
I can pull the records. I try to save all that information. But I'm saying, say, Senkaya terminated contract. Yeah, would we be paying this amount? That's the key issue.
Very fantastic point. But do you also think, sir, seized with the information, said the committee, the so-called committee report, if you were Minister of Energy, na committee na yes, cost benefit analysis also with your knowledge, won't you terminate?
The first thing every party to an agreement should do is to attempt negotiation. It's basic, common sensical thing to do. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Oh, good faith. Me no agreement. The first thing I would do is to attempt to negotiate. Unless I am 100% sure. Say, look, it's so watertight. So when I terminate,
Okosroba from crying,
and they go Attorney General and says, look, what's your agreement now? In favor. So why would you go to terminate?
But then you best agreement in favor.
I disagree. In favor, you say? Is it the only lawyer in Ghana? So all the MPs in Parliament, these lawyers are Mabobo Mudino. Because it went to them. Oko Parliament, you are going for approval. And you approval na woko jana boy. Say look, man negotiate baby amedruni. Ghana for nyina ntimi hwemu. Mu na yayi mu say mu hwe contract in mama.
Yes.
Peruse it. If you are okay, mama me to me na me go sign. Is that not what he went to do? So what is this issue? What is this issue? Why? Why? I mean, don't you think that is mind-boggling? You can have your opinion. Well, I'm not worried about your opinion. Supreme Court someone ruling against you. I think that they were not fair to us. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It remains my opinion. The Supreme Court judgment stands. Even as I disagree with them, that is it. So I have no problem if somebody has his opinion. But to make it look as if it's
or no opinion,
I mean, why? And you knew that opinion and yet terminated. You knew it. Say, look, this agreement, there be my contract, yet terminate here, and yet Your termination is even not based on excess capacity. In this letter, there's nothing like excess capacity. Read the Jacob's letter. There's no mention of excess capacity. It talks of breaches.
Breaches of the terms?
Of the terms of the agreement, which went to court and we lost miserably. And because of that, we are paying huge sums of money.
But the other thing and so and say how the agreement was cut. Of course, like I say, cabinet may approve, parliament and so may approve. You cannot really say much about this. But for a lawyer like Godfrey Dame, his issue, for example, in the term options, clause 2A and B, and the fact say when you raise the issue, say okay, nkofoi breachy condition precedent that's spelled out in clause 1. Now, I'm also quickly the work of clause 2. In the clause 1, I can say, okay, a breachy term, condition precedent, obey to me, HM. But clause 2A and B, 2A, neka say, subject to the provision of clause 25 of this agreement shall have a term commencing on the signature date and continuing until 48 months after the full commercial operation date. From signature date, 48 months on. The term shall be a guaranteed period. And in the event this EPA is terminated in accordance with the provisions thereof prior to its scheduled expiration and prior to the completion of the 48 months, as a result of the default of any of the parties, the party not responsible for the default may proceed in accordance with clause 25 of this agreement. On one hand, I say, okay, so when meet condition precedent near there, ubet me cancel contract. On the other hand, what's a guaranteed period? Meaning that within that guaranteed period, any time a ubecha contract, you have to pay the person compensation covering the entire contract period. Why would you go into such a contract?
Menuya, the more he tries to explain these things, the more a man say no cry a yesri.
Adentia.
Lawyer Nibia will be saying when you are reading the terms of contract, read its entirety.
Yes.
Why would you decide how the word read clause 1 pen 2 co? Is it done anyway? Say contract can say that way. We will read clause 1. We read clause 1 and we can terminate. You do arbitration, you say clause 2 or 1. Usu wa deni avet mama. Abba. Hey. Ediani. No, he say he should take things easy. One tonable. Gidi na mwano. I mean, you go and tell the whole nation, say, look, when you took the contract, you read only clause 1. It's terminated. And you read the clause 1 now says it terminated. Na okazo. Clause 1 say terminated. But you go through court, no?
Say terminated one meeting condition.
Yes, and you believe so we're meeting to what terminated. But you through court and say now what's your clause 2? Clause 2 is say. What's your name? And now what is that what?
Now then I'm clause 2 in Sushimo.
Me say me. No, some necessary. No, but can't you say it's funny? It's funny. So you won't read the whole contract? You won't even ask one of your subordinates, oh, your contract, mommy, you terminate. Do we have full coverage? Your terminate, are we covered? Or there will be issues? Evaluate and advise me. So that even if clause 2 now, hey, Attorney General, want to serve you on that committee. Committee, did we have a rep there? Why is this clause there? Can you explain it? Abba. Why? Nti me pass na me Minister of Energy na me minister. Na me who bibia. Won't I also bounce it off one or two people? Or even read the whole document? Please, let's take things serious. Yes, look, this country, let's take things serious. I have no problem if you disagree with portions of the contract. That's normal. I mean, why? We disagree with a lot of issues from government side. Contract here, controversy here by Ejapa. I came here, raised a lot of issues about it, even as lay as I am. Some of which made a lot of sense. Because you are wrong, I disagree with you. Where you say, that is it. But when you decide to terminate, you are taking us to another level. Especially when we are being faced with this amount of judgment debt. Please. Please.
Because now, who's baby I'm a kind, you know, it make key reference to 25. So what kind clause 25 III now. And this is one of the issues accompanying areas here. If this agreement is terminated by GOG due to GPGC's breach of its obligations under the agreement or GPGC default, where such breach of obligations or GPGC default entitles GOG to terminate the EPA pursuant to the provisions of the EPA, GPGC shall pay as an early termination fee an amount equal to capital recovery charge multiplied with the amount of energy the GPGC equipment would have produced, operating at the guaranteed availability for the remaining term, up to a maximum of 24 months within 90 days after issuing of the termination notice by GOG. Into a hanokwa very instructive say if GOG believed say GPGC BBA, then this contract entitles us to take some money from GPGC based on this provision.
All this was advocated in court. Yes, I say we excuse my language of me. And yes, you have a contract. There was a forum for you, Godfrey.
Of course.
There was a forum, a proper forum. I want to put it to you, I put it to me. No one raising is not well raising. Then an independent arbiter listening to all of you. And then rules to the extent say yes for document crabra what to be a from the near open neck. One was will be able to do an amount. Eddie Abeche Penny say about a friend saying that. What will be that? But you see, there was another issue. Was Omokachen say the GPGC contract was the most expensive. He said it. Page 4 of the parliamentary memo. Comparison of independent power tariffs, table 2. GPCDA 4.0. Any
4.0
any
cents.
4.0 US cents.
US cents, okay.
Per kilowatt hour.
Okay.
Axa 4.5. Is it the cheapest? Car power 5.6. Is it the cheapest?
No.
Sun power. Any President Kufu also no. No, sun power 5.0. I think President Mills. Okay. Is it the cheapest? Asogli phase 2 4.4. Is it the cheapest? So why do you say GPG is the most expensive? He's been misled. He's been misled. And then he says, look, you can say there's an opportunity to export power. Yabua, there's no opportunity to export power. Anamibua. If I try, listen to this. Joint memorandum to Parliament submitted by the Minister for Finance and the Minister for Energy on first demand guarantee 24th July. Signed by Ken Oforiata and Boacha Jaku. This is a joint memorandum. 24th July. This is what it says. And let me quote. Gridco has signed a 20-year contract with La Société Nationale de l'Électricité du Burkina, Sonabel, into brackets.
French na basano.
Man, mother. to transmit electricity from VRA to Sonabel. Gridco also signed a 5-year contract with La Communauté Électrique du Benin.
Electric.
Electric. On 12 February 2016 to transmit electricity to CEB. This is the Agence France Development Project now. Next year, transported 200 megawatts.
Yes.
And would have been making $12 million on it.
But is it not one thing building the infrastructure that would allow you to
That is why we had awarded that contract.
No.
So as this is coming,
yes,
you don't wait, get the power plants ready.
Yes.
There's no infrastructure to carry it.
Yes.
That's why this was already in an advanced stage.
Yeah, but building the infrastructure to carry it, no, and you guarantee it will be better power.
Almost signed contract agreement will be better power. Me say they have signed a 20-year contract.
To buy our
power.
How many megawatts?
200 megawatts would have been exported.
200 megawatts.
Yes.
Out of an excess capacity of saying.
There is, look, I even have those issues of excess capacity here from ECG. I'll quote the ECG document to you to prove to you, say, what they call excess capacity are reserve margins. They are not excess capacity. They are not excess capacity. The 200 million is the 20% reserve margin this nation requires. and that this excess capacity thing is bogus. Earlier, no, I'm saying 5 billion. So, I'm saying we spend $1 billion per annum on excess capacity. They kept saying it. There was a question in Parliament. Minister Bawa says rather 243 million per annum. 243 and 1 billion. Look at the difference. Can you imagine? Then we met ECG in Koforidua, and ECG said yes, 243. And I asked them, this 243, how much of this constitutes reserve margin? I'm saying about 220. So where is the so-called excess capacity? Where is the so-called excess
findings
capacity?
of the committee? And this is the Ahinkra committee. The committee established.
Look, let me put on record before the patch. I'm not debating any Ahinkra committee.
No, I know,
but I'm saying that I did not establish, or my ministry, to the best of my knowledge, did not establish an Ahinkra. Because he kept saying that NDC for Ahinkra committee. Ahinkra. I'm saying that I do not recollect that we established an Ahinkra committee.
That's fair. The committee established that even though capacity additions will be required in the years to come, the scheduled capacity addition from the executed PPAs is in excess of the required economic and sustainable capacity additions, which include a 20% reserve margin.
So there's a 20% reserve margin.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying today, you see, what they are talking about are projections. I am talking about actuals.
Actual.
You get my point?
Yes.
Our terms are actuals. Even GPGs, you know, already almost say there's a likelihood that you won't need it. So we are entering into the arena of probabilities. I am talking of actual figures are SC. So if you take 2020, 2019, they are actuals. And I'm saying if you discount this 243 by this 20% they are talking of, this excess capacity, brouhaha, is moot. That's what I'm saying. And let them challenge me with the figures. I'm putting out the figures. It's not about name calling. I put out figures. If you challenge those figures, bring your counter figures. And say, 240 and can reserve margin. No. Our reserve margin is this amount. 240 in the idle capacity. We settled this matter in Koforidua. We had a long debate on it.
Because
then they say take or pay.
Let me finish this. The committee subjected the PPAs to legal, technical, and financial scrutiny. From the electricity supply and demand plans that were reviewed and adopted by the committee, Ghana would require generation capacity ranging from 3,170 megawatts in 2018 to 5,407 megawatts in 2030. This scenario assumes that there would be adequate fuel to power the plant, which are thermal plants, and it goes on to say, and I've enough for all the PPAs. No,
I get what you're talking about. I'll address it. I'll address it. I understand perfectly. So we are talking about planning.
Yes.
Do you know why we had Doomso for a long time? I boil it down to planning.
Because there was a generation shortfall.
We assumed that there will be generation. So I refer you to the Energy Commission document 2013. Energy Supply and Demand Outlook for Ghana. Final document. April 2013. Page 4. The technical demand capacity, the corresponding maximum peak would have been between 1,900 to 2,500 and 3,100. So what they were saying is, they expect to be 3,100. However, this is not attainable, considering the limited installed grid power generation capacity. So 2013, Energy Commission made it clear, so we don't have enough generation capacity.
Yes.
So this issue of Doomso from 2013 was a financial challenge. It's not true. I don't know if you get my point.
I get your point.
This is Energy Commission, not me. The body, an authoritative body saying that we don't have enough generation capacity. And then went on to project, say with our installed capacity of 2,400, I said 2,500, annual demand will increase by 10% cumulatively. So what would the government do? You begin to get more generation.
More generation. But more generation with a 20% reserve margin at the back of your mind.
You plan, say, look, every year 10%. So
Yes.
if I'm doing, I just put a calculator and do a future value 1.1 raised to the power, maybe 8
Yes,
years
yes.
times this amount.
Yes.
Or I do an annuity so that I know that every year I must add on this.
Yes.
And I'm saying that by now, based on their projection, we should have been consuming 5,000 megawatts. Not installed capacity or consumption. But we are not there.
Yes.
So projections are like budgets.
No, but the point is, in the now, when we were faced with a crisis,
yes,
the power purchase agreement we signed, Ninyina power na edeba on board. Na saying
I
they
stated,
did outstrip our 20% reserve margin. What are the facts relative to that?
Because you deal with dependable capacity. You just don't do it in store capacity.
I agree.
So let me get there.
I agree.
Let me get there. Let me deal with this. I'll deal with all these matters one after the other. We were not just dealing with emergency, solve the emergency, but think of the future.
Look into the future.
Car power was 10 years. Aban were increasing it to 20 years. You know that?
Yes.
Let them deny it. Why have they increased it? Recently, a minister, current minister, Ebeka said we need more capacity. It's on My Joy Online. It's on My Joy Online. I say we need more capacity. AXA, 5 years. Aban decided they will double it to 10 years. So what is this noise about excess capacity? What is this? Called B5. They need power today to power their plants. Only power. Who do I check it? Fresh Sam George. They need power. Cote d'Ivoire, we met via Cote d'Ivoire wants to buy power from Ghana.
But you are talking 6 years after 2016. If the person says
what you do is
in
that
2016,
fantastic.
when you were procuring
you've
all
now
these
made the
power
matter simple. So all you do is that over the past 6 years,
Yes.
a carbon abedal due to excess capacity. It's simple. That's all. I'm happy you've limited it. Say 2016. Say you were 2021.
Yes.
4 years a trim.
Yes.
Yaboboka na ye moka. Is it due to excess capacity or reserve margin? We settle the matter.
I agree.
Cool.
I agree.
Finito.
I agree. But let me take you back to.
I was talking about take or pay. It became a big matter. And I'm a
yeah.
Sudden NDC for signing take or pay. Take or pay your bonnet, you say. It became a big matter. Aban were concerned take or pay with an LNG project in Tema. We will start paying next month, even though we are not ready to take the gas.
Which project is that?
LNG Tema project. With the documents number bro. Aban, despite all this noise about take or pay, they signed the take or pay agreement for an LNG project in Tema. It's called the Tema LNG project. I'm putting this on record. This your station goes very wide, goes very far, and very, very respected, intelligent people listening to this. I'm putting it on record. Say, despite the noise about take or pay, this government is going ahead to sign the take or pay agreement with for the Tema LNG project. Let them deny it.
Okay, yeah, I would look forward for
that document. Now, I'm going to scan all of that. I'll send you copies.
And the other things will be we also be finding out when the GC
plants arrive. Yeah, I'll talk to those who are in charge.
Yeah,
and then I'll get
those two. And my final way will be, sir, at the arbitration, in your understanding of how some of these things work, now you have any other options? I exploit it.
I rather think
after say
it guides us for the future. Even with PPAs, when we're also signing PPAs,
yes,
learning from all this, we must also watch certain things. Is to guide us. I have no problem if Mr. Odami wants to investigate whoever. I not look whatever he wants to do. Let him do it. I told him that look, Mr. Odami, you're not going to be Attorney General forever. These decisions you are taking one day, you will also be answerable. And there will be a new Attorney General there. A couple of years ago, I was a minister. And I'm Bob No Rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Godfrey thinks that he's Attorney General...
Bob No Rank.
What
a ranking member.
If Godfrey thinks that he's Attorney General and will be issuing threats, any judgment there. If I'm Attorney General, the first thing I'll do is, but why come we didn't win this case? Is it that we didn't look at certain clauses or what? What led to the termination? Next time, can we learn something from this so that when we are terminating, this will guide us? His preoccupation is, negotiating, police for investigating. You don't even want to look at your own setup. You know the final one, we missed the boat. We went for an extension and failed to meet the deadline.
Yeah, but that extension, he argues, and I said that option, he argues, after the arbitration's ruling, it was final.
So why then did we go for the second one? Why then did we go? What were we seeking to do?
And if you listen
to set it aside.
No, hold on. If you listen to him, he made the point, and on a really government trying an option to see so bit my salvage.
So why then didn't you meet the deadline of that option? Because there's a possibility of salvage. And if there's a possibility of salvage,
yes,
it's your duty to at least meet the basic requirements.
But we put in the contract, and I'll read for you this portion of the contract. That is, I think, clause clause 28 under miscellaneous. So we share contract now. I think point number, with your permission, I will read. Point number XVII, that's Roman numeral, XVII. Okay, say, in arriving at their decision, the arbitrators shall consider the pertinent fact and circumstances and be guided by the terms and conditions of this agreement. And if a solution is not found in the terms of this agreement, the arbitrator shall apply the governing law of this agreement. Both parties shall have the right to present documentary evidence, witnesses, and to cross-examine witnesses. This is the important part. I say, the decision of the arbitrators shall be final and binding upon both parties, and neither party shall seek recourse to a law court or other authorities to appeal for revisions of such decision. This is what we put in our contract with GPGC.
So why then did we go for the review and hire lawyers and pay them?
It's not a review. In arbitration, you do challenge.
So why did we challenge it if we knew that the door is shut? The door is shut. We don't have any opportunity. Why didn't we save the little money we have? We rather went and paid other external solicitors.
Do you have facts to that?
They were changing lawyers here.
No.
It's on my joy online.
We paid them money.
And you can find lawyers free.
No. The Americans, we are dealing with exactitude. Do you have facts that we paid them money?
No, I'm even saying that the basic thing, if we knew the door is closed, why did we even exercise that option? I know that when you exercise these options, you pay money. You should have asked him rather, Muchi, and say, now Moko is the door not closed. And he said that the stable,
the horses had bolted already.
So why then do you want to open the stables again? If the horses have bolted, why then do you opt for this second option? It is a court.
But is it not also curious? The provision be say special contract name.
I'm saying that there was a negotiating team. You're asking the wrong person. And I think that these things are subject to interpretations by different people. Parliament looked at it. Attorney General's office probably looked at it. The negotiating team looked at it. And if they think they are okay, I will not come and sit here and question Ghana's parliament. Rather, if you knew that the door is shut, why did you exercise this option? And when you exercised the option, you went for an extension, Anamibua. You were granted initial extension. Within that extension period, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You went, you lost the case, and then you turn around and you are blaming others.
Okay. Honorable, messages be brave abanti. Maminkai kakana fe menye o responses wo hona ye nhwemfa emra ewe. Ekosiisen so ne the Honorable John Jenapo, a member of parliament, ewo Yape Kosogo constituency, and he is the ranking member on the Mines and Energy Committee. We free lawyer Sami Jemfi ono ye National Communications Officer Edema NDC. Osi Obi, there is absolutely nothing wrong with clause 1 and 2.
Another lawyer.
Yes. Of the GPGC EPA. They are normal contractual provisions that every lawyer should be familiar with. In fact, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the EPA in its entirety. The effective date was the day the agreement was signed, but the conditions subsequent had to be fulfilled within 30 days after the effective date by both GOG and GPGC, failing which the innocent party could terminate, provided that party wasn't the cause of the alleged breach or non-performance. This is a normal contractual provision in contractual agreements where the obligations of the parties are interdependent on each other. That is where one party would have to fulfill the obligations before the other party can fulfill theirs. It is surprising that Godfrey Dame doesn't understand this. Same Jemfi. To other men. Different interpretations.
You were putting me in another night.
Who is speaking? I hear you. Ma kind the other ones na akana na yenhwe entwaso. Let me see. We say okay. Redacted because GOG presented the aspect of the report on GPGC and not the entirety of the full report on all the PPAs. GOG sought refuge in confidentiality relative to disclosure on the other contract agreement. Or about what can I say?
Menuya, Tribunal ne say yakase monfa non-redacted version Emra. It's a court order.
But I just read presented the findings of the committee of all the other PPAs to the court. When the issue in court, just with one.
Okay, young man say GPGC Asempa court.
Yeah.
Then court orders parliament say monfa the whole day. Hands are proceedings Emra. Also there be yede about GPGC in Kwaneba. And the court said there be monfa the whole day the Emra. Yanya Gia. Yeah,
but also we in your parliamentary hands are though. This is a committee that has sat on agreement. Some portions are confidential.
There's no need to debate this matter because the court says, give us the report in its entirety.
Okay.
You are now sitting and sending a text message said the redacted version is GPGC. Where is the evidence?
Okay.
Where is the evidence that it was just GPGC?
Okay, that's the Honorable John Jinapo answer to, and also have they not been attacking government on non-fulfillment of promises? The operative word was emergency. Emergency.
Well, I don't know.
Emergency.
Why? I mean, Jaro. Oh, okay. I will be unfair to mention somebody. Can you remember Madam for the right to be unfair?
Okay, let me read the other messages. Now, yen trust we could see saying Sunni Asempa 94.7 FM. This one says, in fact, Honorable Abdullah Jinapo has made my day this afternoon. He has demonstrated to show that he's on top of issues. He has also demonstrated to show that the NDC as a political party has the men. Let me put on record that we, the youth in the party, are so proud of him and he should keep on with the good works and the sky will be his limit. Alhaji Hamza is in Pig Farm and on the way Abraying. This one says, is Mr. Jenapo questioning why didn't the government renegotiate but chose to abrogate the contract? Please ask him for me. Why should he in the first place go and negotiate and accept excess power we didn't need and go ahead to accept that excess power we didn't need for Ghanaians to be paying? How can you go and negotiate something you have no use for or immediate use for and burden Ghanaians to be paying for it?
I think I've dealt with that matter.
Yeah, you dealt with that. Was that a prudential or a beneficial decision? Pythagoras and on the way. Pythagoras.
Pythagoras mentioned.
Yeah. This one says, okay, let me see if we can get other messages. Obi, please ask Honorable John Jinapo, how come this government paid about $1 billion on account of excess capacity for 2019 and 2020?
I think I've explained that one.
Junior in Tantra.
I've explained that one. If you want me to re-emphasize,
no, I'll come back to you when I'm done. Wait, sir. Obi, please tell JJ that the numerous PPAs signed and springing up of mushroom BODCs under the NDC 1 and 2 were just done to create a convoluted and spurious contract to attract judgment there, just like also they will proceed to the Supreme Court to bring the blah 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 to book. Okay, that's from, and you know the person. Obatampa Frances Rabna Esia.
Hey! Frances, Michelle.
Yeah. And also I should ask you if you don't feel scandalized by the number of PPAs.
I'd rather feel scandalized with this 170 million. I thought it was avoidable.
Wait, sir, Obi, is JJ saying if a contract goes through Parliament, it becomes sacrosanct? What about Ejapa, Chairman Eddie, Adenta, newly gone, and on the way up. This one says, so we allowed Ghana to go into such contract agreement initially. Why? Anyway, 5 years on, current government has no right to criticize past leaders if the current government has taken no action against them, the past government. If anybody did wrong, let's prosecute him or her. Guy G is in Newark, New Jersey. This one says, okay. Good evening, OB. I see John Jinapo dodging some of the legal questions by running to the political arena. Your questions are purely legalistic and are based on the court's judgment. John must stop the personalization and stick to the issues. Gustyman, Brekum, I think he's done well to stay away.
Have I personalized it?
I don't think so.
Where I am not a lawyer and I can't talk about legal issues, I won't prove to be a master of all trades. Gaiji won.
That be way Gustyman.
That's the boy. I'm saying a lawyer.
Wait, sir. Upon listening to JJ, I don't think it's worth it voting in Ghana, because if we vote NDC or MPP, they are the same. They also saying recklessness in the use of our resources, don't care about the nation, just listen to him. I am sad. Kwame in Kojo Krum and Onodiwe Abraham. This one says, okay. Let me see. Obi, find out from him, Honorable Jinapo, if all the gurus he mentioned as former attorney generals cannot make a mistake, does that make the contract also credible? Further, put it to him to answer whether the contract was a good contract or a bad contract.
Can I quickly say something on that? Yeah. It was a good contract.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they are the best. So if they can make a mistake, why can't Godfrey also make a mistake? Why do you think that all these people have mentioned, Godfrey Nkwane Nima Diache Omunyina, including Sami Jemfi, a very intelligent and articulate guy who's demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that he's a man of metal.
Yeah. Hi, Obi, kindly tell Mr. Jinapo that his question why the contract was terminated is low key. With the current contract signed, the country is saddled with $1 billion payment in excess capacity, and you still wanted the government to add on to that much. This confirms the statement of the Attorney General that this contract was a cooked one, meant to fail at its onset. The alternative is really scary.
Obi,
from the onset.
Let me just deal with this quickly, Mr.
Okay.
If you read the Ahinkra Committee report, it never talks of $1 billion. Please, don't misinform people with your text message. It says that there's a 24 million capacity charge per annum. That's if we choose not to use the plant.
And that is relative to GPGC.
Yes, for 4 years.
But I think he was referring to all
we
the
are dealing with GPGC. I'll go to the others if there's a need. If you multiply that by 4, it's 90-something.
90-something million.
I prefer even that to 138 now, Wilfred Ekano.
Okay.
And that if you negotiated, you would have gotten 80 million. So please, don't misinform people.
Wait, sir. Good afternoon, Senior. Kindly ask the Attorney General whether they went through the agreement before it was decided for abrogation. If so, why is he now blaming the previous government for that? Which administration abrogated the contract and what was the reason? So the Attorney General is saying that this government didn't do due diligence before abrogating the contract. Your coup and Onodiwe about.
That's a very, very legitimate question.
Yes, your coup. Thank you. Let me see some. Okay. Okay, I'll come back to these. Some correspondents being there sent through into Yababani Ababa Beshe, and there seemed to be a letter. JJ, there seemed to be a letter from the company to the Ministry of Energy. Then the address of the company, Ekosiisen On Asempa, a law firm of one of the then deputy attorney generals. I don't know, but I'll come to it.
No, but what I said was that Ubisa no say in the contract in a you negotiated in 2015. Did the attorney general look at it? That was a simple question.
That was the question.
And I'm saying he rather chose to go and talk about the address B, a attorney general B office, and I thought it was not fair.
Okay.
That's all I said.
Okay.
I don't know if my comment.
Yeah, I get you.
That's all I said. I mean,
but I think he also brought that in probably to make the point or drum home the point. Say, that is why he thinks that this whole contract was not.
Yeah, so I was expecting him to answer your question first.
Okay.
Oh yes, Attorney General and I want and I mean check.
Okay.
Then in addition, you bring this. If it's a fair comment.
Okay. Professor Kweku Asare, the popular Kweku Azar, I mean himself what in the day that or say Obi, when one looks at the circumstances surrounding this GPGC contract termination, the profoundly incoherent arbitration case, and the inexplicable and inexcusable failure to timely file an appeal by 2 foreign law firms, one comes to the inescapable conclusion that the termination was done without a full understanding or perhaps in reckless disregard of its consequences. Little wonder that the arbitration tribunal, including our nominee, dismissed all our submissions. And mind you, sir, both parties now had to present or nominee on the arbitration.
I think Prof has brought my mind to something.
Professor
Professor
Dabi.
No, Professor
Fiajo. Yeah, rep here.
Yeah, appointed as an uncle representative. Or really against you.
Yeah, having been seized with.
Yes. So what is this issue?
And you say the problem is instead of holding those who goofed accountable, we'll reduce this to excuses, justifications, innuendos, insinuations, and high-sounding nothings. We will then have to borrow $170 million with interest to pay, or for the incompetence or recklessness, or both. And that's Professor Kweku Asare.
Professor Kweku Asare.
Yeah.
He's had issues to criticize us a lot.
Absolutely.
In fact, some of us even thought that he was too harsh on us. Until for somebody of that stature, no. I believe that his interest is not in NDC or MPP.
Yeah.
I believe that he's making an objective assessment, even though I may disagree with him sometimes. That's my belief. Two, I have no problem if any government wants to look at circumstances in the award for contract. I'm not against that. But for you to say that you are not interested in why this contract was terminated the way and manner it was, you are not interested in why we went to court and lost in this manner, you are not interested even in the appeal. 2 international firms, they couldn't even meet timelines. All your interests, the lower one. Please, I mean, I'm just baffled by that.
Okay, we say, Obi, for the records, His Excellency John Mahama-led NDC had a program to be energy sufficient and to export the rest for foreign exchange to other West African countries in need of power. The NPP must be forward-looking and cut out this deceptive excess capacity argument. In any case, Nana Akufo-Addo promised the better governance. Where is that? Koku Mawuli Nanegbe. And on the way, Abba. For the purposes of clarity, can Honorable John Jinapo explain this? In an answer to your question on the Ahinkra Committee report, he asserted that the International Court, in giving its judgment, referred to some $18 million which GOG could have paid to GPGC if there had been negotiations on the matter. My difficulty is, if the Ahinkra Committee report, which JJ says is of doubtful validity because he didn't commission it, why would he turn around and rely on the figures therein, which the court supposedly quoted in its judgment? He should please come clear. Sir Obama in Pokwase.
Sir Obama, I just says Attorney General or no, or rely on the Ahinkra Committee report in its entirety. And I was just trying to point out the inconsistency in relying on that committee report. Say it cannot be the case. Say or rely on the committee's report in its entirety.
Okay.
But the committee recommended for a negotiation, which you didn't do. You went ahead and terminated outright. I was just trying to demonstrate that inconsistency.
Okay.
I'm not relying on any committee's report for anything.
Okay. And you still stand by the point, sir, you never put together any committee.
No, I didn't say I never put together any committee. I said that this Ahinkra committee, I almost say Ahinkra committee, no.
Good.
I didn't put it together.
Obi, I've been silent waiting to hear Honorable Jinapo answer the question on the committee set up in 2016 to abrogate some of the power deals. What did they see wrong then?
Answer this matter, sir.
It is that question where you are But of the other committees, and now it's something you do regularly. Most committees to review. Did any of the committees recommend for the cancellation of any of the contracts and I'm assigned?
I told you that I want to be very cautious on this program because I heard Godfrey say, Jinapo, the committee that you people set up, the Ahinkra committee, following on new morning show, your friend is there.
Yeah, the super morning show on Joy.
Show. I didn't even comment on that matter.
Yes.
I just because I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Following that, I have made several checks, and that's what you do. And I am clear in my mind. Say, I didn't set up an inquest committee. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I told you, say my free hobby 5 years. I can't recollect everything, but this very one, once it's come up, it's a subject matter. I investigate it, and I ask for two things: the letter that I wrote to Dr. Ahinkra, appointing him as chairman of the Ahinkra committee. That's and one. Two, Ahinkra committee in Nankasa no. The original report signed by members of the committee. Is that not a legitimate request?
Okay. It's fair. Okay. There is this letter as I was speaking to you, dated 2nd July 2015, ref number 03/15. The Honorable Minister, Ministry of Power, Ministries Accra. That's Accra, Ghana. So, dear Honorable Minister, GOG, GPGC, EPA. Extension of time for meeting condition precedent. As you are already aware, GOG and GPGC Limited executed the above EPA in June 2015. Article 3 of the EPA, among others, states that, quote, GPGC shall at its own expense test samples of the natural gas to be provided by GOG to confirm whether or not they meet the minimum quality specifications stated in Annex 5, unquote. Following the execution of the contract, GPGC has made great effort to secure the services of companies that provide testing services for natural gas. However, we have been unable to find any local companies with local laboratories, neither any international companies capable to provide these services in a timely fashion. Fortunately, in the last couple of weeks, we are in discussions with Afrique Ventures, a foreign company with local presence, to have samples of the natural gas shipped outside the country for testing. To be able to proceed in the manner planned, we require GOG confirmation of the date and time for the filing of 2 bottles of natural gas to be used for the testing. We anticipate that the filing of the bottles will be done in the presence of officials of Ghana Gas and possibly WAPCO, after which the bottles of natural gas will be shipped to a laboratory outside of the country for testing. The report of the laboratory will then be sent to General Electric, the manufacturers of the GPGC turbines, for confirmation on the suitability of the quality of the fuel sample. And this is something that Ministry of Power Astampe and or more assign, I think 03/0715.
And what's the issue with it?
No, we know this letter from GPGC, so we shall letterhead Nasia. Omuka say registered office, registered office, care of, that is C/O. Ayine and Feli law officers. Number 03 Mango Street, adjacent Lion House, East Legon, Ghana. And a telephone numbers. When
Ayene was Attorney General, do you think he could have been doing
No, he was not Attorney General, no, a Deputy Attorney General.
When he was Deputy Attorney General. Are you saying he was Deputy Attorney General and still doing private business?
Nobody has said that.
So what is the issue?
No, but you remember the issue was raised. Say, the company, in some of their correspondence, used the address of the firm of one Deputy Attorney General.
I can't even sit here. I haven't seen this letter you are talking of. It hasn't come to me. I knew Ayene was the Deputy Attorney General at that time. I don't even know whether he had a law firm at that time. I don't know. But I'm saying when you make these things and just throw it out there, it creates a very bad problem. That's all I'm saying. But you see, the key issue for us is simple. Did government terminate this contract because of breach of the conditions, or they terminated it because of excess capacity? Which is which?
Sir, from the letter from the energy ministry, see how can a breach of conditions?
So where is this issue of excess capacity
coming from?
What could terminate? Was it breach? And now you are worrying us. Oh, in the conditions. Why? Your letter says
you are saying, sir, the breach. You can say excess capacity argument. No, takes cognizance of the 11 PPAs that were cancelled. And you are saying, sir, eliminate GPGC and deal with GPGC.
Because that is
and the reasons for the abrogation.
There's a GPC contract.
Yeah.
It's led to this amount of judgment debt. Why are we there? What lessons can we learn? And how can we avoid such a situation in future?
Okay.
That is what this nation should be looking at. I think that is much more forward-looking. And I don't think I've been personal at all, Obi.
No. I think,
and I don't think I've been abusive. I've insulted anybody. I try to deal with the issues. You may disagree with me, that one. But to say I'm patronizing, no, I don't think so. And I've tried to answer the questions to the best of my ability.
Okay. I agree. Obi, potential conflict of interest, could that not have affected how the agreement was entered into and executed?
Could that not have also affected how the agreement was terminated? Because I know, and I don't look. This termination has nothing to do with excess capacity. I'm telling you.
Not even breaches?
May say, but I pity him.
Oh.
Yes. I pity him. This you're doing come. A lot happens.
John,
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
family feud. Look, please.
Hey.
John Jenapo.
CID photos after our beko.
I had a principal crab for movie. I give me phone. I call Cromwell as a hero. I call Fifi Magic a tablet. A day for 7 about me fee.
Hey, and the wabre.
Answer, where is CID? Kwanya the people no atwira na ebewa ntutuani atutu wano. But so name say when you bonia, you don't get scared about these matters. GPGC, Jinapo, GPGC. But what I won't do is to run away from my colleagues.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I won't say that minister did this, so Monko Bisan. When I can also proffer some explanation, I will do that. If because of that, you want to set an eye on me, I mean, we leave that to God. I mean, why? Well, my President Rollins, as strong as he is, so heavy. We'll do our best. Those who disagree, they can disagree.
JJ,
you're doing very well. Continue like that. God bless us all. Thank you very much.
John Jenapo, he is the ranking member on the Mines and Energy Committee, one of the most critical committees in Ghana's parliament. Onwansona Osai, a member of parliament for the people of Yape Kosogo. Motene Nkano. Ekosiisen Asempa 94.7 FM. Obi John Jenapo can remember everything except the purpose of the committee set up to investigate the PPA. Interesting world we live in. Aki is in a fair constituency. PK in Elembele, one of my favorite constituencies in the Western region. Elembele constituency. Good evening to you, Honorable Emmanuel Amma Kofi Boa. I say hi, Obi. I can say for a fact that NDC government led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and late Prof. Mills, as well as former President Kufuor, really did well in investing much in Ghana's energy sector. As far as it is concerned now in Ghana, this NPP government has invested little in our energy sector and petroleum industry, both upstream and downstream. In view of this, Ghana's GDP keeps dwindling under this also a competent we have the men regime. Those who took over as energy ministers after the NDC left power were more concerned about going to parliament than the energy needs of Ghana. Takrady interchange has still not started after the fanfare for votes in 2020. PK, Elembele, and Ono Ediwe Abreye.
Asempa FM.
Wait, sir. Obi, John Jenapo shouldn't use tangentials, drama, or theatricals to defend their action leading to this judgment debt. By the way, can any court order Ghana to provide a full report on other companies or contract not under arbitration? Who caused the mess? CID must investigate to the bottom, and all who erred must be punished. Ghana needs not suffer regain. Sampine and Onodiwe Abreye. Let me see. We say John Jenapo, you are too much. I strongly believe Ghana lost an international tribunal because of the incompetence of our legal team, which was led by the Attorney General. Dibku Ishmael, Ewa Old Traffic Light. We say, Great Obi, a layman who has no scintilla of knowledge, is trying to create the impression that Godfrey Dame doesn't know his job and that he, Jenapo, can do a better job on the matter. When one first goes to court over a matter, it does not necessarily mean that a case is won by him or her. He first came out to censure the government over the matter, saying the Attorney General slept on the job. Godfrey Dame comes out with the fine details of the matter in issue, and he's shifting goalposts and wandering in the wilderness with matters unrelated to the judgment debt. What he fails to deny is the fact that these reckless actions were taken by them without recourse to proper arrangement and procedures. The judgment debt is to be put at the doorstep of the NDC. Eja Adam ewo enyan main and onodi way abraying. This one says, Obi, good evening. How on earth can a whole minister terminate a contract without reading the clauses of such contract? This can only happen under the NPP led by President Akufo-Addo. Please extend my warm regards to John Jenapo Tradels. That's Alfred Kojo Tradels. And on the way abraying messages no so, and I would have to do this, come back and read the remainder of your messages. Na nyame eya domon so a yebebie phone lines na tomo e de amamoba mo pe car aton mon kai so enne Accra Heart of Folk ne Legon City's match no sha 6 p.m. ye the live commentary be bremo enra muhu de kotokoye e wo boase ya mpepre ye ho ye bobo no finchim kama fair play eshe Karela 2-1 kama and obi ohwe bo ni bibia hu Fabio Gama onimbo bo brutal, you know, the impact on the game. Eshe Karela 2-1 the ehwe nim the ene ya no mo so beye say Asamoah Gyan agro ne ba heart aya de na e draw na the Sunday the aya agome na bibi now we the live commentary bremo at 6 p.m. please mention us when for MIA messages are banded us. I'll read all the rest of your messages. They would mon time kuchu and for MIA, but you deserve better with Chevrolet Cruise and I don't know me Google Chevrolet Cruise car na F papa we tear rubber brand new the year catch you pay only 49,900 Ghana cedis. Now you're the car number say Jennifer Kofi, and you'd pay the balance with 0% interest in installment. Amazing, isn't it? It might in 49,900, less than 50,000 Ghana cedis. Near the brand new tier rubber Chevrolet Cruise number, not the can wait kakra, no interest. You know, and so Chevrolet Cruise when about with a 1.8 liter engine, 8 inches infotainment, premium leather seat, more passenger room, many more to make your cruising a memorable one. And you're saying, unim, company rankaza Mark Auto and Spare Parts. Yasea kase ebia nyo bia enane ni sikase mwosro. In the year yes, provided your friend special credit facility. Se we are banye juma, we are juma hospital, we are doctor, and as a nurse, that's medical staff, we are banker, we are insurance worker, oba. Sa special credit facility no ye the ebemau na udi bia to car no na afi yatew nkakra umpewi na opedei. Please, limited stock available now, so please take advantage. Terms and conditions apply. Challenge your status quo before someone else does. Chevrolet or say find new roads. Wow, what a tagline. Find new roads. In the Accra, your number will be from Mark Auto and Spare Parts number 0202 147 113 0202 147 113. Kumasi for Mumfre 0501 426 256 0501 426 256. Takra de Mumfre 0504 825 566 0504 825 566. Accra, you 105 Spintex Road, adjacent to UMB. 105 Spintex Road, adjacent UMB on Spintex Road. Kumasi Wadakwadjum on the Ahojo Santasi stretch. Takradin so you Cape Coast Road off Twin City Crescent. And you just have to go to our website markghana.com/Chevrolet. Now we're here. Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited, the authorized dealer for Chevrolet cars here in Ghana. And Shannon so MIA. Ma memfa we nso entwem ansana yakwa bana yabekan mo messages no de akanyinara de amamo. Franco Trading Enterprise say Euro 2020 special promo be air cost na de tinie. Franco Trading running Euro 2020 discount sales promo from now up to the end of the competition. And competition, you know, we have some more days. About 11th July. And from now till the 11th of July, in Oko Franco Trading Enterprise, discount sales, you're taking your money so brutal. You know, promotional items, your iPhones, Samsung phones, Franco television set, ranging from 32 inches to 55 inches, and your laptops and so on. Nina promotional items, nibi enono. And discounted promotion price, we know, a branch biao. Say wohu ewoko foredia ewota krade ewon kran ha ewoka soa be bia kwa Franco Trading Enterprise shop bia uremu a discounted prices and yeah my special promotion aye me pacho oko Google Play Store bit ma download the Franco Trading app and as a visit your website francotrading.com and after 0246 422 338 0246 422 338 Franco Trading or still phone papa fee me ba so one ko na Euro 2020 no etwemu a sa opportunity a wo no a free ho and they take advantage na won so ekokoto phones ni bi ne bo no ya tete so for papa menka enada o de biara da intimesel se obehye so ede amaye insuo na obenom a awake purified drinking water eno na bottle ni tini lemon green eno na de bia ye kamfo ede ema obomodin se obepebi na wetimi ato anom. Ecobank Ghana so say they have over 2,000 active express point nationwide and your bank is close to you in the channel so now opesa oni Ecobank here Juma don't look any further. Ecobank express pay point bia Ecobank Express Point nationwide. You can deposit cash and perform other banking transactions at any Ecobank Express Point. Simply dial *770#. *770#. Select the Express Point locator option and follow the prompt to locate an Express Point near you. Ecobank Express Point be a benwa. Or just dial *770# and select the Express Point locator option. You would also find Express Point, Ecobank Dieno, Ewo Melcom, branches Ewo Kaneshi, Spintex, Tema, Achimota, Shell filling stations Ewo Tema Community 8, Accra Newtown, Osu, KNUST in Kumasi, and a Commander in the Central Region. Customers and so are encouraged to stay safe by utilizing our digital self-service solutions. Ecobank Mobile, Ecobank Online. Currently, it allows you access to your account, you view your account balances, and make payments, transfer funds, and much more. And the Ecobank Care. So please remember to observe social distancing. Now, Ecobank, Express Point. Now, it is said you walk any of our banking halls. The opposite way be a bit me ayewo. Come on. Unti bibiasi afre 0800 003225. It is 0800 003225. Your toll free line and on Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. I would read your messages and then we open the phone lines and Sana Yama sports team, you know, I take you over. Now you're the live commentary. Accra Heart of Folk, any Legon cities, Eddie Abremo. Stay with us.
Next bet the ubia pe hobeti traffic sell mo out ya kakraka.
Omo deposit here fast to me cash out. So insurance ma wo bets nyina. De ye ni je kra wo 1xbet won say. To me this can be brave from virtual games, basketball, konkomiketo. Any agro be brave on website na so. To make up 1xbet.com.gh. Na use promo code BETGH. Na 200% bonus for first deposit. 1xbet. Bet bia wo. Gambling ho atru ti twa ne wa hwe yie. Nyema wo a wundi mfie du wo. Hwe me commissioner Jinkra to we atum.
Hey, it's me pan and me kita mi amike. Ecobank me damase.
Shy, cow the new.
Oh, say Ecobank, yeah, cruising.
Monso bet me a cruise wo wankasa ukem. Esani Ecobank Auto Finance Package nti. Kwa yen cardless ahodo PI no won ye adwuma bebia. Yi ka da wakoma so. Say ye new car, say ye second hand. Ehwa ye mouse special discount. Ecobank side nhihye pa be boa mo etua ka no kanyina. Ye mouse interest rate ani boa from kra. Ebe brimu eni so. Oh, so when your accounts work Ecobank and money how kra. Sa kwenye ye da homo bia. Enti enso sa ka no ho da ekeke. Abebu awie. Preto free 0800 003 225. Anasa kwa Ecobank nkra bata bebia na busa Ecobank Auto Finance Package. Ehihye kakra wo ho. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Sweet darling, my beautiful baby. Hepa Plus mixture ya ebusinya num ebusinya immune system. Abusumi pinyi obia enya ready. Tia siemedo.
Tie Hepa Plus mixture enya dwuma ebeye no nipadua ni mo no afi kra na ebeye nwanwa mo aduro ye ma ye general well-being ebusua pomden hu hia me yie esene bibia ebusua wota nom Hepa Plus mixture no won sesika hospitals wo save e dia de foforo entime ma no mpafie ha
she wo ye Hepa Plus husband
radio fa Hepa Plus husband enya won so beye Hepa Plus wife na bono Hepa Plus mixture apen for abato mo manufo ne nkwada woni dumyenu ka ho e pharmacies chemical and herbal shops at phone for 0542 778 572 and 0549 297 463 Hepa Plus mixer Emma Pomodina Mapa
FD Ashosha sa ejedi nkrato yimu agya to se eye
Chale kweku open me. Oh nah. But you change your TV.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you tell me, say you don't get money.
How do you know the listen radio? Look, TCL introduced Buy Now, Pay Later for both government and private salaried workers to pay back over 12 months.
Yeah, my free self spoil.
You self, your matter long too much. Look, the deal, they cover any appliance we want. TV, washing machine, fridges, home theater. Charlie, everything.
You sure? Hey. Charlie.
Asempa FM.
I left my phone for house. I come. Buy any appliance and pay later through our partner banks, including Ecobank, GCB, SG Ghana, First Atlantic Bank, Abi National Savings and Loan, and you are good to go. Call us on 0596 913 298 or 0554 766 387 or visit tclghana.com. TCL, the creative life.
That was so ne macho medi
Mira. Ya na udi sa. Hey, na malaria na fa hia mutu aware amomoni agi sa no. Adom malakio mesha ewo hoi. Malaria ent na yeso nche o.
Ye kwa ye test e bi wo mu pe enyenum adom malakio mixture. Eni gina malaria, body weakness, yo tiredness, yo hwim, ye nyina ho atoye ntam kura.
Na adom natural tonic a esisi ha yisu ye. Adom natural tonic nenso. Ye num to ya ye ntimi nidie. Eno na ya num bi edidi a ye ho tan ye sa no. Adom natural tonic.
Minya ni na mentimi ni die menum bie bono me taisa
mo ho ayefe pa ene ya mepe biato
ni nyina apenfo abatan ya wo mo manufo ne kwada wo ni fie du nsia nka ho e wo pharmacies chemical and herbal shops dodo a ko dependable herbal home Medina New Road Greenhouse anane branch e waka so opposite there to International School 024 2223 555
FDA ahwehwe sa ejedi enkrato emu agye atum se eye
Franco Trading Enterprise still phone Papa Fie Samsung nie Nokia nie iPhone nie say your printers mobile phone accessories Franco Trading Enterprise afa ono ani TV digital television set aye this satellite any ultra panel abomuma
Franco Trading Enterprise e wo Facebook say wo Franco Trading Enterprise page na say likes number 100,000 e yo mo any o munidwa so na www.francotrading.com Android app e Franco Trading Instagram e @Franco Trading na nipa body for adosunti Franco Franco, Eddie Momo Peko,
Asempa FM
94.7.
Your branches on the Bebre Wagana baby, Nemo, head office on the Twaya Dabraka, opposite Roxy Cinema.
Hacho, Franco, any Accra station, any MT and the DNMJ. Also, Wabe Eco Bank, Accra, opposite Menaba building, and a La Paz and Suye opposite Tema station.
And our prayer numbers in Nani and Chauntum 0246 422 338 and at 0546 133 188. Franco Trading Enterprise.
Still, phone Papa Fie.
And you're not going.
Hey, Mira, and Tiakwaya Wuti, Ugo Dina say.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Na Nintinawachi Menupena Agbeve fever draw was swadi Konguano.
Agbeve fever, Nibelo do crack a one. Hey, me do horn one. Many malaria, any tracker beer. My Sosojania walk one, but Fuma could Agbeve
fever so dear, and Yakunia Cassiapa. Malaria beer unity pet na Dinisungu.
Hey, but that's remember and was WW, and one year. Hey, Agbeve fever in the Timmy. Nagana Hasudia, Group Bien malaria free. And it's a mitu quaya, no my one hope. Before Agbeve fever, I shall bag masakra na fatade ambeshe
na sese wodi ni nyina ekro no yen ya kafie nso e
oh sir had the chrome had the na pharmacy chemical and herbal shops and ebu enu nso gum kama etitru kra ne Agbeve herbal center oh so utium last stop and after 020-8130-790 and 024-6595-256
Agbeve fever
malaria sin ho odina o mefisi apemfo abata wo mo manufo ene nkoda wo nimfiedu mienu epe wonka ho
e wo se wodi etwidi mu hihyehu ka ho ansa na waji ayareshe senia oman no etwidi ayaresan hyehyeye tie
FD ahyehyɛ saa ejedie nkrato yi mu agye atomu se eye.
Hey, you're the up and coming landlord. Who died yes where you?
Kwame, adan mi wie yo. Aka roofing and a ceiling. Na me contractor non so say. Me fani na enkodan rocksters. Won so wo kromo pa. Wo dwen ho sen.
Wo contractor no nim ne ekọ. Kana hade e ba no quality
Asempa FM.
Roofing sheet, plasterboard and a POP ceiling dia. Aye rocksters. Enfie bebre ni na rocksters. Ade roofing sheet papa ne ho akade. Asum Ghana for.
Enka yesi ya no mu die nso ebo.
Eni adufudi achi na nkoto ade bone ne Sundache, Fred 0544-338041. Say a metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard and a POP cylinder. Fred Rocksters, no one chowuntum. Hey, you're the up and coming landlord. Who died yes where you?
Kwame, adan mi wie yo. Aka roofing and a ceiling. Na me contractor non so say. Me fani na enkodan rocksters. Won so wo kromo pa. Wo dwen ho sen.
Wo contractor no nim ne ekọ. Kana hade e ba no quality metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard and a POP cylinder. Aye rocksters. Enfie bebre ni na rocksters. Ade roofing sheet papa ne ho akade. Asum Ghana for.
Enka yesi ya no mu die nso ebo.
Eni adufudi achi na nkoto ade bone ne Sundache, Fred 0544-338041. Say a metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard and a POP cylinder. Fred Rocksters, no one chowuntum.
Get digi with it. Get digi with it. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. CV, G Mobile, USSD, Young Co. Star 924 hash. Funko the go. Smartphone no, young phone no. Ever fire money transfer. 50 water bill, 50 light bill. Factor credit. Star 924 hash. You deserve it. Let's go. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash.
CBG is empowering you to get digi with CBG Mobile. Simply dial star 924 hash and get digi with it.
CBG, we stand with you. We know the dream is big. We know the passion gets you going, and you have the potential to make great strides. The Chartered Institute of Marketing, Ghana, has always been an avid supporter of industry excellence and innovation. This is why we are excited to announce the CIMG
Asempa
Professional
FM.
Marketing Qualifications. CIMG has designed practical courses to help you make that dream a reality right here in Ghana. We are geared up and ready to support you on this journey to becoming a world-class professional marketer. Register today and be on your way to greatness. For more information, call us on 055-274-6592. Visit our website www.cimghana.org or email us on info@cimghana.org. Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, working for Ghana.
That was so ne macho medi niwra Ya na udi sa. Hey, na malaria na fa hia mutu aware amomoni agi sa no.
Adom malakio mixture ewo hoi. Malaria ent na yeso nche.
Ye kwa ye test e bi wo mu pe enyenum adom malakio mixture. Eni gina malaria, body weakness, your tiredness, your shim, ye nyina ho atọ yentam kura. Na adom natural tonic a esisi ha nso ye.
Adom natural tonic nso. Yenum to ya yentimi nidie. Eno na yanum bi edidi a ye ho tan yen sa no.
Adom natural tonic. Menya ni na mentimi nidie. Menum bie bono me taisa. Mo hwa ye fe pa ene ya mepe biato ni nyina apemfo abatan ya wo mo manufo ne kwada we ni fie dunsia nka ho e wo pharmacies chemical ne herbal shops dodo a ko dependable herbal home Medina New Road Greenhouse anane branch e waka so opposite there to international school 024 2223 555
FDA ahwehwe sa ejedi nkrato emu age atum se eye. Wow. Hope you have heard rent to own now in Ghana. The Flan City Extension Project Rent to Own Land and House Ownership Scheme by the Ningo Prampram District Assembly and its partners, supported by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and the UN
Asempa FM.
are right here in Ghana. So be smart because where you trade and live really matters. Apply now and own a home or a fully serviced land. Wait a minute don't forget to join our affiliate housing cooperatives also. Special offers last up to October 31st, 2021. Call us on 055 55 3300 or 0577 911101 and 055 70
Ekosiise On Asempa FM.
Website newaccra.city. Plant City Extension Project, shaping Ghana's urban future.
Muntie Asempa Ubetin Asempa pa Nya upe biara Asempa FM station ba kupe Asempa Uwo fie Asempa Uwe jumemu Asempa baby ya uwo biara Asempa FM 94.7 in Wasamarian
94.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiise Ndwumedie ena wasugusu a utie no yeda mu nyina ase se matwen yema yakọ aba there are some few messages mekayama mo ye would make way for our sports team to take over now the build up to that big game. Accra had to folk and Legon cities at the Abraham live from the Accra Stadium. One very, very interesting game. But we say, please, what's going on at NAPCO? Till now, no payment for April, May, and a lot of arrears. Obi, please, say some for us. I've done that, my brother. Obi, let me congratulate JJ, that's John Jenapo, for exposing the ineptitude of the Akufo-Addo government. Why some portion of the Ahinkra committee were expunged from the report. The contract abrogation was not well thought through. Godfrey Dami should face prosecution. Wow. Daniel Dakwa or Abetifi Kwao. We say, Obi, John is not being fair to your questions. He just makes arguments that are not justifiable. He's also being personal. The clauses in the contract cannot be right, even in the sight of the public. Obi, ask Jenna Persons, when did something needed in 6 years become an emergency today as the basis to sign such agreement? Cosmos Kojo Danso, or Ascent Central, or a constituency treasurer. Obi, the contract joins an appoint the NDC signed on the PPA stinks. So the Attorney General should let the law deal with the former NDC ministers who signed these contracts, OPK in Gorso. And on the way up praying. Let me see. Can someone explain to me why Ghana would terminate a contract that is costing $170 million without renegotiating the terms of the contract as a first attempt before arbitration?
On Asempa
Why will the Parliament of Ghana approve a contract when, in the words of the current AG, the terms of the contract was not in our favor? Time to ask some questions and demand answers. Michael Che Ejekum, University of Bremen in Germany. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Watching you live from Nima. My name is Tanko. Obi, Ghana has been slapped yet again with another judgment debt under the Akufo-Addo administration. This same also they prefer to anyways, we say the committee which JJ is implying did not exist has now been the grounds for his argument. Kweku Jomo from Osino. Okay. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Watching you live from Nkwanta, Uti region. My name is Masawudu Hamza, aka Capello. Obi, let's be truthful to ourselves. This judgment debt is all about Godfred Dame's also the negligence that Ghanaians are paying this amount of money to that company. Okay, the MPP has never taken responsibility since they came to power. It's always okay. This one says, is Mr. Jinapo refusing to see that this judgment debt is a result of the NDC's bad deal with GPGC? That the contract would cost 24.4 million per year for 4 years for excess capacity we wouldn't need? I don't blame the NPP. The noose has been hung around their neck, but God would be their judge. Atoke is in Mamobi. Good evening, Obi. The interview was superb. The best way for the AG is what he has done for Ghana, referring the case to the CID for some investigations. Heads must roll. Hi, Obi. I'm Kweku Mensah Mponsa from Gomoa Takwa, but I'm watching live from the University of Ghana, Legon. I'm happy you've called Abu Jinapo and Godfred Dame to come explain things to us. Please, the district assemblies have not received any funds for development since the last quarter of 2020. Obi, good afternoon. Please, can you call the receiver's office and find out for some of us about our money? Mr. Edu say, it's one issue we intend following up on. Hopefully tomorrow we'll do that. Na ya share, Mr. Kwesinipa would call up. We'll call him up na ya share and then edin come. Happy birthday to Juliet, my dear wife. May the Lord who gave you to us bless and guide you. Obi, wish my dear wife a great birthday for us. We love Ekosiise. Unfortunately, one fa wudin anka ho. But thank you nonetheless for your messages. Ekosiise is the high Asempa 94.7 FM. We say, Honorable John Jinapo on Asempa FM, what I picked from his entire submission. On the current trending judgment debt Buhaha, I picked some point from Honorable JJ's submission, which he said, quote, if Mr. Godfred Dame is issuing threat to investigate the culprit in that judgment debt saga, he should remember he will not be Attorney General forever, unquote. Fellow Ghanaians, what is your take on this statement? For me, I suspect a culprit rather issuing threats to an investigator to stop investigations. Barrister Danny, Ayawaso West, constituency. Obi, on Monday, I know Heart fans will blame their loss on the judgment debt. That's an interesting one. Obi, my question is, did Ghana need all that energy contract that is costing the nation in excess of $500 million a year? Can we say that some members of the previous government benefited from these contracts? Can the people of Ghana be angry at how the country was managed at that time, which is still costing the nation these huge sums of money? Ghanaians should never allow the NDC back to government to mismanage our country. George Ni Okaite, Chicago, US of A. If you read the Ahenkra report, Obi, but I thought Ahenkra report never existed according to JJ. The inconsistencies in the submission are just too much. Fawaz Ama Saman. Let me see. Okay, let me say good evening to you, Anthony Nukpenu. Original organizer, NDC, Greater Accra. Good evening, Obi. Help me wish my one and only honorable assemblyman for Wuyeman electoral area within the Okaikwe North municipality, Honorable Patrick Yao, Odesheba Ewuku. May he live long to see his great-grandchildren, Adrianaba Kweku Amponsa from Abeka Republic, and are on the way Abba. Obi, let Honorable John Jinapo know that the fact that the International Arbitration Tribunal overlooks the unconscionability of some of the terms of the contract doesn't mean our domestic courts will. Generally speaking, international commercial law tilts towards upholding the sanctity of commercial contract without regard to domestic laws. The matter must indeed be investigated by the CID, and all culprits must be prosecuted in our court. Idi Muha Udin and
Ekosiise On Asempa FM.
Good greetings, Obi. Solid submission from Godfrey Dame. It's clear he really knows his job as an Attorney General. Regards to Collins Nuama. Fieron is in Mataheko and Onodiwe Abreyen. Fieron, thank you. Which other ones do we have here? Good evening, Obi. I'm Eben from Kwabenya. Kudos to Honorable John Janapo. Great submission and enlightening the public. With A.G. Dame dear, the least said about him, the better. He should prepare for causing financial loss to the state when NDC comes to power. Regards to Nitaki Ayijanku of Dome Kwabenya and Madi Jebriel. Okay, thank you. Greetings, Obi. It is quite surprising when people who in the name of democracy misbehave and act inappropriately. You, as an Attorney General, had the power to advise government on an existing contract you claimed was not in the best interest of the state and needed to be abrogated. But in the academia, there is something called cost-benefit analysis, which will make you take the best decision. You abrogated a contract which was costing the state 99 million in place of a judgment debt payment of 170 million. Such personalities, okay. Such at the 99 million, oh yeah. What the committees, you can say committees, the Ahinkra committee, recommended. This one says, Obi, those who subjected our collective wealth to financial carnage by signing a power agreement that was of no use did a great disservice to Mother Ghana. The most irritating aspect is those who supervised this bad deal are the very people spearheading the Fix the Economy campaign. Best wishes to Mr. Felix Ampedu. Anokwa, the aspirant MC for Kaikwe North Municipal Assembly, Kabiesi, all the way from Sekendi, talking about Kaikwe North matters. Wow. Obi, you did very well by asking the AG right in his face whether he read all those provisions before going on to cancel the agreement. Well done. Thank you. Obi, we are waiting for the answer to your question on when the plant arrived in Ghana. Thank you. Okay, the Honorable John Jinapo said he would furnish us with all those details. In the answer, would share that with you, our cherished listeners. Indeed, thanks nonetheless for raising that particular issue.
Ekosiise On Asempa
Obi,
FM.
Don't ever dream that Kotoko will take this league. We are going to beat Legon Cities and beat Abonkele Kotoko Sunday massively. Obi, don't you fear the name phobia? Regards to MPP Abanga and Ponsa Prof. Oh, Choco. I hear you. You say, I can phobo be said, what the one who done ra. And ya de abako krabe wo. Sunday, they say, niye ene, the adamonim kramun can ye. Inti mummo ene di ninye. And then we would see what would happen on Sunday. Na, I mean, once you guys do well, why not? We would also prepare massively and come and meet you. And dear, you can trust us on that. Very, very important. This one says, good evening, Obi. Please, why do you keep on mentioning $170 million when the Attorney General told you it's $134 million? Okay, that's one there from Eric in Hacho. Ma mention the other messages. Good evening, Obi. Okay, Eben in Kwabenya, Wada Junction, my kind of message, Medase, Papa for always listening to us. This one says that Honorable Jinapo and his NDC members always speak as though they made Ghana like heaven in their era. Meanwhile, it wasn't so. He who comes with equity must come with clean hands. Long live Ghana. Regards Honorable Hawa Kumsin. Rainbow is in Kasua. Obi, is it prudent, beneficial, wise decision making to buy something you have no use for, or immediate use for, and also be paying extra money month on month? Okay. Or say, if your family consumes one bowl of rice every day, do you go ahead and cook 3 bowls every day and then waste the rest whilst you could have saved that money on or for something else? The NDC signed that deal just to be, okay, that's an allegation, the decision they wouldn't have taken personally in their lives. How can you go and sign a contract for something you have no use for and be paying money for every month? Prince Kamal Guma and Odiwe, but let's endeavor to keep our messages short and straight to the point, near Timia Kain, as many as possible. Good evening, Obi. Please, I want to find out if we were to uphold the contract until the date, how much would that have cost Ghana? So, total for the year since it was abrogated. And please, how much is it costing us now for the judgment debt? Please, let's do the cost-benefit analysis. Thank you. Fred Pukwase Festus. Good evening, Obi. Please help me wish a political show host on Taste 90.7 FM. Kwejo Opon Treme, Wonder. Taste FM. Kwejo Opon Treme, Wonder. I'll say, may the good Lord shine his face upon him and keep him safe. Greetings to incoming General Secretary hopeful for the NPP, Honorable Frederick Opariansa, incoming Eastern Regional Chairman hopeful Paul Kwabena Menin, Kate Abena Jemfua, and Abena Big Boy of Suhum Parliament from Obama in Suhum. And on also the way above read a lot of your messages. I think it's about time we all listened to this song. A very, very nice song. One of my real favorites. I know you would love it too. Ekosiisen, and this is a special one. You dedicate Emma in a tier for Asempa 94.7 FM. Listen to it, and then we'll come back and sign off.